Hello and welcome everyone. Hope you all are fine. I guess there are some participants who still are joining. So let's just wait for few more minutes. Let's just wait for few more minutes and जी भाई. Okay, so there are some participants who still want to join. So let's join. Let them join right now. Uh, till the time period, what we can do is we can meet and greet everyone. So hello from my side. These notes will be shared to you all. There is an administration of mine who will be looking after the attendance, right? And we will be going through each and every aspect of the new topics that I have introduced, that the ACCA examination or the ACCA examiner have introduced right now. These new topics, yes, I'll be sharing this presentation slide with you all, and I'll be. I guess now can you guys hear me and see me as well? Am I audible and visible to you all?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Okay, so basically, thank you all for joining right now. I was planning. Okay, so if I'm not visible, you can open the video option and you can basically pin my video. My name is, it will be represented from the faculty's Tabani's point of view. You can pin my video and then I'll be visible to you all. You can pin it, please. One more request to uh, please switch off your videos so that we can basically communicate well. I would like to request you all that I have although opened your mic, but it will be better that we set a norm for this particular class of today. This norm would be that there is lots and lots of things to cover. I'm sharing what areas will we be covering, what areas will we be going through. But before that, I would want you all to have a quick review over everything. I suppose that you must have gone through every single topic in the SBL examination, and you must have covered around 70% of your course along with the practice materials that you must have done. So my request would be that in today's class, we need to have your 100% attention because this is something which is new. I have switched on my video as well, so you can pin my video on the right side of your computer screen. There will be a bar showing videos, so you can pin it out, and I'll be visible to you all. I'm audible to you all. Welcome every one of you. Before the starting of this workshop, basically the major aim of this workshop is to have an introduction of mine, and the other part of the workshop relates to that we know it very well that in September 2021, the attempt that you are going to sit for, um, in that attempt there are certain new topics that are being included by the SBL examination. And the most alarming situation, or the most difficult part, is that these topics have been included in your books at certain different locations. Means that there is a topic with the name of artificial intelligence. That topic is being included in the big data and the IT and technological area. There is a topic with the name of risk management and risk related structure, so that topic is included in some other area. So I would request you all that now don't focus on the book, just focus on two things that I will give you for today's class. I'll take this class, we'll be continuing this class up to the time period we end this entire set of topic, right? So first thing that you need to do, you need to be very much attentive in today's class, because this is something new. And but the most interesting part is that this is a topic which is the topic of the world. This is a topic that we will be going through in today's era. This is the topic that we have relatively seen around the world. So this topic is basically the base of every other topic. This topic is the base of every other topic. Okay, so there are certain there are some students who are requesting me to wait for a minute. I would request Mr. On or any other person who is on the group to please, it's not letting you in. I don't know why. Okay, so can any one of you please guide the students who are there? And my administration is also doing the same thing. We need to quickly start because I have 4 to 5 hours, at least 3 to 4 hours to complete the areas. Okay, so the first thing that I would like to show you is that all those students, every one of you must have worked very hard for September 2021 attempt. My guess of the day is that the newly included topics might become the part of your paper substantially. This means that the newly included topics that are being shown to you, the newly included topics that are being given to you by the strategic business leadership examination, they might become part of your paper. And this is just an educated guess from my side. So what I have designed this time is, this time I have designed something new. This time I've designed something different for the perspective of my students. So what I've designed this time is that I'll be having two different revision areas. The first revision is the thing that you are going, the revision stuff that you are going right now in front of you. That is the uh, topic for the newly included topic, which basically relates to machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics, and big data. So before going into this, I would like to announce one more thing. Now, I have announced a 5 days revision plan that will be starting from 20th. That will be starting from 20th of August. And this entire workshop, we will be covering the most important topics. Number one, we will be covering every single practice material on the CBE format. We will be covering every single practice material on the CBE format. We have drafted 2 mock exams for you all, and those 2 mock exams will be held live. This entire workshop will go live, and we will have extensive practice on the new topic. I have defined a case study, but due to time limitation, I will not be do the case study in today's class. Obviously, better this revision workshop is not free, because it's a policy of the institute. This revision workshop will be paid, but it's a very nominal amount that we'll be charging. Our administration will be letting you know about the amount of the revision workshop as well. But today's class agenda is totally free, and today's class is not for those individuals whom are not giving the SBL examination in this attempt. So I would request you all, so all those students who are okay, so students are joining, all those students who are basically taking part, who are taking part in the September attempt, are requested to join this workshop. So rather than wasting any more time, let's just quickly start with the workshop part. We have divided the workshop into 45 different slides. But before going into this workshop, let me just quickly show you all the areas that I have covered, all the areas that the examiner is now demanding from you all. The examiner is demanding something different. So let me show you what the examiner demand is, so that we can have a better insight. So let's just quickly, I'll be showcasing you. What examiner is demanding right now? Okay, so let me just show you what examiner is demanding. I'll be sharing both these handouts. I'll be sharing both these handouts, and let's just quickly go through them. Okay, so there are different topics. Now I need your 100% attention. I will entertain your question, but let me first finish this area. I'll ask for questions. You can open your mic. You can write on the chat option, and I'll be replying you. My administration is continuously looking for the chat option. My video is visible to you all, my audio is visible to you all, so I would request you to please go through this, right? Okay, so the thing is let me just, okay, so it says that there are certain deletions and additions in your examination. Let me just quickly go through them. First thing that I need to go through is professionalism, ethics, codes, and public interest. This has been deleted. Remember, the syllabus content that has been deleted, it's not the entire professionalism, entire ethical part, entire public interest companies. The entire stuff is not deleted. The only thing that is deleted is evaluate organizations' decisions using Tucker 5 question model. So the only thing that is deleted is the Tucker's 5 question model. Rest everything is in place. Rest everything is in place. So just remember, the only thing that is being deleted is the Tucker's 5 question model. So you will not be studying the Tucker's 5 question model this time because it is no more examinable, right? The second thing is the second deletion is the is from the area of identification, assessment, measurement of risk. Identification, assessment, and measurement of risk. It says recognize and analyze the sectors or industry specific nature of many organization risk. The first thing is that you will not be asked right now the risk determination, because this has been asked in your audit examination. So they are no more asking you the same stuff in SBL. Number one. Number two is explain and assess. Explain and assess. ये लगाओ. Explain and assess the as low as reasonably possible principles in the risk assessment and how this relate to severity and probability. So basically you will not be going through the assessment of risk areas as well, and you are being given the chance of not going through the assessment of risk area this time. And one more thing that will be asked is the addition. Now what is the additional part that they have been asking you right now? I'll entertain your question. Yes, they won't be asking you, for any recommendation or risk assessment. The additional area is the machine learning. Now this is something which is out of this world. This is something on which the today's economy is currently dependent upon. Machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics. These are the three topics which in my personal assessment would constitute your September 2021 attempts case study. It's my personal opinion. The actual examination might vary, but my personal opinion says that your examination will constitute this part at least. What is the expectation of your examiner? Explain potential benefit of using artificial intelligence, robotics, and other form. So you are being asked to use the artificial intelligence, robotics, and other form of machine learning to support strategic decision making and the pursuit of corporate objective. So you are being asked to support the strategic decision making. You are being asked to pursue the corporate responsibilities in this regard. Am I audible, everyone? Am I audible to every one of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so it says assess the risk, control, and ethical implication using assess the risk control and ethical okay, thank you. Risk control and ethical implications using artificial intelligence, robotics, and other form of machine learning. Now, let me give you an introduction of mine in this regard as well. I am the I am the individual who have been involved in the artificial intelligence, the machine learning, and how does the robotics around the world operate. And in my corporate sector, we are not only indulging in the machine learning, but we are also going through the areas of the ethical consideration of this machine learning. We are also going through the areas of ethical consideration of this machine learning as well. So it says that you will be going through the machine learning. Then the another part that has been deleted, I don't think so that we need to, quickly go through the deletion. It says the audit and compliance department obviously respond credibly to the requests and inquiries of the internal and external auditor. They will not be asking you this. Finance function, how does the finance function operate? What are the strategies of making a finance function? They won't be asking you in this regard. Okay. Uh, Another addition that I would like to highlight over here right now is other employability and digital skills. Now, is this an addition, sir? Is this an addition that that will be tested in your examination? No, the addition is something different. Yes, yes, yes. I will be sharing every single slide with you. I will be sharing all these notes with you on the group that I've made. Not to worry about. Use computer technology to efficiently assess and manipulate to efficiently assess and manipulate some ID password those. But just give me a second, please. Just a second, please. There are some students who want to join, but they cannot join. I don't know why. Administration, please look into this. Mr. Admin, please go through this. Okay. So it says the use of computer technology to efficiently access and manipulate a relevant information. You will be asked, now what are these topics? We are not going into the depth of these topics right now. Okay, I will share the group link as well. Work on relevant responses options using available functions and technology as would be required in the workplace. Navigate windows and computer screens to create and amend responses to exam requirement using appropriate tools. Present data and information using the appropriate tools. So these are the new addition. Now, how will we be adding all these things? I'll be getting along with this within few minutes. Now, the most important part for you all is for September, and this document, the document that I'm showing to you right now, this is not being prepared by me. This has been given by the ACCA examiner, the ACCA examining team themselves. For September 2021 till June 2022 exam year, there have been few changes in the syllabus. A new learning outcome have been added on managing, monitoring, and mitigating risk. That is DG2. Now you don't need to go through this outcome. I'll share everything with you. You should have a knowledge of and be able to apply the concept of assurance mapping to modern. You should have a concept of assurance mapping to modern risk management using the 4 lines of defense. This is something new. This is something testable. And this is something that you need to go through right now, right? In addition to this new learning outcome, have been added to machine learning, artificial intelligence, robotics, E3. Yes, I will be doing question as well. I would just wait for a second. If I get chance today, I'll be doing question. Otherwise, I'll be taking this question into my grand workshop. I'll be solving a case study in my grand workshop relating to this area, right? So, okay, so it says you should be able to explain the benefit of artificial intelligence, robotic, and other form of machine learning to support the strategic decision and the pursuit of the corporate objective. You should also be able to assess the risk control and ethical implications of using AI robotics. Now, what my viewpoint is that the examiner might ask you, rather than going through the machine learning and the concepts of artificial intelligence, he might ask you the ethics about machine learning, the ethics about artificial intelligence, and the ethics about robotics. This is out of this world. So other employability and digital skills, syllabus area J is an additional to the syllabus that reflects. Now you don't need to worry about, okay, sir, where will we be finding this? Where will we be finding that? For you all, I have made two different things. First one is my handout that I'm showing to you right now. The second thing is my presentation that I'll start my today's class with. Now I guess I have received ample amount of individuals and participants. Now I can just show you my handout. See, this is the handout that relates to every single stuff. Every single thing has been included: knowledge management, data, how does the support system works, what is machine learning, what is artificial intelligence. Everything I've shown in this particular handout. But before getting mobile technology, smart technology, internet of things, everything is being shown, right? Okay, so now, yes, yes, you will be getting these handout, don't worry. This handout is not something that I'll keep it to my own self only. I have no issues in sharing this with you all, but for sharing of this stuff, you will have to be on the group, WhatsApp group that I made, because I'll be sharing the entire handout on that WhatsApp group. Okay, so before going ahead, is there any question or is there any expectation that you would want me to include in today's class? Number one, if there's any question, you can raise your hand and I'll call your name. For next 2 minutes, we can have some question answer session, question answers queries, and then I'll start my topic of the day, and then we'll continue till at least 1 hour, then go for break, and then moving ahead. Yes, you can raise. Sir, I am facing technical issue, can't hear your voice, but I guess there is some technical issue from your side. You should check this, because others individual can, you can rejoin. You can rejoin. I'll try to give recording if the institute allow me. I'll try to give recording as well. No issues. I'll try to upload this on my YouTube channel. Yes. What about others? Is
Can
there
I
any
ask a
question?
question? Uh, can I ask a question, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Sir, can you please help us in letting know from where we can get the case studies covering these new topics for the practice?
Basically, the SBL examiner have introduced a technical article, but they have not given any case study. However, I am making a case study from different sources, and all those students who would want, I'll share the case study with you all on the WhatsApp group, and I will also solve that case study in my grand workshop, in the 5 days workshop that I recently showed you. So don't worry, I'll be sharing that case study with you all, and I'll be solving that case study by my own self onto this tablet, onto the online recorded platform, and I'll be providing you. Don't worry about that.
Okay, thank you,
Yes,
sir. Thank you.
you're welcome. Yes, Baba.
Yes, sir. Thank you for the effort. Thank you for the class. I came a bit late. I just want to know the plans for the 5 days workshop. Are they
Base
would be paid course or free courses? Thank you.
Basically, the plan for the 5 days workshop, I'll be sharing the plan for the 5 days workshop as well. The 5 days, I have included that 5 days work. See, this is the 5 days workshop we are conducting at Tabani School of Accountancy. In this workshop, it will be completely in English. Number one, we will be covering all the major areas of the syllabus. We will be covering past papers. I'll be showing you my answers of the past papers. We will be finding the most examinable part of SBL examination. We'll be going through the theories. We'll be going through the new topic in a summarized form, and we will be doing a case study along with this. After the completion of these 5 days, I will be providing two grand mock exam that you will be solving. But one thing for sure, this 5 days workshop will not be free. Obviously, there are some institute objectives involved as well. So a very nominal amount will be charged, but This will help you a lot in clearing your examination. Thank you. Let's move forward. Let's just quickly go through. Is there any other question that you would want to ask, or should I start the areas of today's class? Please let me know if there is any other question that you would want to ask right now. Yes, please. Do you want me to answer any further questions? Do you want me to go through any further questions? No, thank you. Let's start. Okay, so the new inclusions. What is the risk detection areas of the syllabus? But I'll be going through the risk detection areas as well. I'll be going through the risk detection areas as well. 1 minute, please. Just a minute. Just a minute, please. Just give me a minute, please. Just a minute. Okay, sorry. Okay, so basically over here it says the new inclusion, the major inclusion are relating to machine learning, they're relating to artificial intelligence, they're relating to robotics, they're relating to big data, and further inclusions are being given in this regard. So what is artificial intelligence? Now, this picture basically gives a huge depiction. It gives one of the major depiction of what artificial intelligence is all about. See, artificial intelligence is the connection of human being to the machine learning. Artificial intelligence, is it for us or is it something which is going against us? Let me give you an example. During this tenure, when the COVID situation arise, there are certain economies that took the advantage of using their artificial intelligence right now. There are certain economies that took the intelligence of artificial intelligence in order to eradicate or in order to find out where the COVID cases are rising and how to deal with them. Now the major part is that the major part is that artificial intelligence is something that is working in order to facilitate the human being. Artificial intelligence is something that is working in order to facilitate the human being. So what do you mean by facilitation of the human being right now? So facilitation of human being means that whenever we talk about the artificial intelligence, basically artificial intelligence states that every single human being should be linked with the machine learning, because in today's era of machine learning, things are changing around the world, things are moving ahead. So we need to let us know if this is something which is good or this is something which is bad. For example, the smart devices that you are using. Recently, one of my friends' father had an accident, and the doctor said that because of the fact that he was brought to the hospital as soon as possible, my friend's father survived, and there was basically some blood clot being made, but he survived. What was the reason of his survival? He was wearing a smartwatch. That is an artificially intelligent watch. And in that smartwatch, there were two numbers being included. When he fell down on that road, one of the numbers were automatically dialed, and first number was his son's, and the other number was the ambulance number, and then ultimately it ended up to be something which saved his life. So artificial intelligence can be something good. But what if I tell you that artificial intelligence may also be something which is something which is not good for the human beings around the world? Why? Let me give you an example. One of the countries around the world have a social rating right now, and you need to have I can take the name of the country as well, that is Japan. In Japan, if you personally go over there, you need to have a social rating in order to travel around the cities and in order to travel around the countries. What is the social rating? Basically, social rating means, for example, if I'm coming into this class and if I'm greeting you, okay, so hello, how are you? So there's a camera being installed who is monitoring Mr. Bilal, and he is giving me some social ratings. So this means that if my social rating goes beyond the desired level, I can travel anywhere around the world. But if, let's suppose, if I'm coming into this class and if I'm meeting you and I say hello, how are you all, I don't like you, I don't like that person, and I'm not meeting with him with that casual smile or something like that, and the camera that is monitoring me right now, it says that, okay, Mr. Bilal's social rating has declined, he need to know how to communicate with the people, and then he can travel around the world. This means that artificial intelligence can also guide us what to do and what not to do. So artificial intelligence may be something good and it may be something bad. So today's presentation purpose, the purpose of this presentation is to add you, sorry, let me just, is to add your to your confusion about artificial intelligence. So are you going to add something to our confusion about artificial intelligence? The answer to is it yes. Is it something good? Is it something bad? Um, Around the world, normally the traffic signals that I go through are normally being used with the passage of time. But in today's world, the Internet of Things have changed the entire visionary process. How? When I went onto a road that has four different sides, and I went onto a road that has four different sides, and four different signals are being operating. Now, the first signal should come to an end, or should be, let's suppose it should be green after 60 seconds. But at night time, when I'm driving, the Internet of Things, the artificial intelligence, the smart devices are calculating the number of cars that are standing. And according to that, those number of cars, they are increasing the time of signals being opened and decreasing the time of signals being opened. This is something new. This will definitely save my time, because when I go to my office at 9 o'clock, and just because of a tremendous amount of traffic onto the roads, I am unable to reach my office, and my boss is normally angry on me. But if I get this technology in my economy, yes, I will be in my office on time and getting a praise from my boss as well. So this is something good, but on the other hand, this can go bad as well. So let's just see what artificial intelligence is all about. Previously, we only used to see artificial intelligence in movies. For example, there are three different types of movies that I've identified. I don't know the names of all these movies because I'm not a movie lover right now, but yes, this is something artificial what some smart people are saying about artificial intelligence. What are the smart people around the world saying about artificial intelligence? The future is scary and very bad for the people. Why? This has been said by the co-founder of Apple company. But Tesla chief executive, that is Elon Musk, says artificial intelligence is a domain that is potentially more dangerous than nuclear weapons. Although he himself is indulging into the art of artificial intelligence, but his viewpoint are quite alarming. Bill Gates says, I don't understand why some people are not concerned about artificial intelligence. And Stephen Hawking is saying that full artificial intelligence could spell the end of human race. This is an alarming situation right now. So topics: artificial intelligence. This is also known as machine intelligence, or I may call it as, according to your syllabus, this is the machine learning area that will be tested. Oh yes, demon. Um, has been around for some time, with no one claiming potentially dangerous consequences outside science fiction. So what's changed? What is artificial intelligence? Now, the first question that comes into my mind, the first question that arises into my mind, what is artificial intelligence? Are they danger? What are they? What can be done? What can be done about them? So let's just quickly. Artificial enhancement, not a new thing. Strength. Tractor replaced horse-drawn plow that replaced human labor. So artificial enhancement means that machines, due to machines, the manual task is now being performed by machineries. And due to the fact that manual task is now being performed by machinery, this is the art of history. We have been going through, artificial intelligence since way too long now. This is not something new. This is not something new. This has been, we have been going through the artificial intelligence since way too long now. And this is going on since the history, since the inception of human being. Speed, obviously, the most important thing about artificial intelligence is strength. The speedy coverage of every single thing. Automobile that is being replaced by horse that replaced walking. Sight, telescope and microscope enhance the human visual capabilities. Hearing, not electrical amplifications, for example gramophones, electronic amplifications, electric speakers, these are generally regarded as good thing. What about enhanced intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? So what is artificial intelligence? So now this question arises into my mind. Now I have created a confusion in you. What is artificial intelligence? Good, bad, yes or no? What should we do? Let's go through it. In 1956, the computer scientist John McCreary coined the term artificial intelligence. You don't need to remember the name. You don't need to remember the year. You just need to remember that something with the name of artificial intelligence was given by a computer scientist to describe the study of intelligence by implementing its essential features on a computer system. Artificial intelligence is the intelligence that is being exhibited by machine and software. So in today's world, we are going through machine learning. We are going through the machine intelligence. The today's intelligence around the world, the today's intelligence around the world is all about machine learning. It's all about how intelligent the machine of today's world is going on, and how intelligence the area has been catered into. It says, can a machine be intelligent? Can it think? Now, the fact is that it's not in your syllabus. The Turing test is not in your syllabus, but I'm just giving you an idea of Turing test. What is the basic meaning of Turing test? Turing polite conventions, we need not decide if a machine can think. We need only decide if a machine can act intelligently as a human being. This approach to the philosophical problem associated with the artificial intelligence from the basis of Turing test. Now, I don't need to go into Turing test. If you want, I can provide you the voice note on what Turing test is, but after this class. For today's class, we need to know that artificial intelligence means machine learning. If my machine is learning, then I am artificially an intelligent person. But if my machine is not learning, if I'm not going by the machine learning, then this is not an artificial intelligent machinery. So in today's world, we are moving towards an artificial intelligence as well. Now, the most core area of your syllabus, the Google Artificial Intelligence Ethics Board. Why do we need ethical consideration in artificial intelligence? My question over here arises, why do we need an artificial intelligence ethics being considered when I talk about the artificial intelligence, or when I talk about this area? Why? Can anyone answer me? Can anyone answer this question to me? Yes. Uh, is there any distortion so that one can copy that? No one else can copy that, so that we can act fairly, whether we are using artificial ethically. Business can misuse the information. Yes, yes. Business can misuse the information. Yes. To be objective, because there's a risk of non-ethical behaviors. Yes, you all are truly correct. Yes, the only difference that we face right now, the only thing that we see when we talk about the artificial intelligence, is that ethics is everything. See, you guys are about to become the auditor of the next generation. You guys, that is the new asset worth more than any accuracy. Very true, Hamza. Very true. Now, see, you guys are now becoming the auditors of next world. You guys are now becoming the financial advisors of next world. Um, Things are going to change around you. I always, in my regular classes as well, whenever I'm teaching regular classes, I always tell my students that your responsibility in regard with the ethical consideration is the topmost, it should be the topmost responsibility. And the question that arises from my students side is, so why do you say that we should be ethical, we should be the high, or we should be on the higher side of the of portraying or showcasing our ethics? Why is it so? The answer to this is, let's see, if there is an engineer and that particular engineer is doing a mistake, what will happen? Or that particular engineer is not working in the right direction, or is not performing his fiduciary duty, what will happen? What will be the ultimate impact? There might be a bridge which he made and it was not ethical. There might be a building that might collapse, and around 50 to 100 individuals might die in that collapsations. There might also be a situation, let's suppose if I talk about doctors, doctors being unethical. If the doctor is unethical, what will happen? There might be one single individual whom the doctor is operating, and that individual may die, or may go into paralysis for his entire life. So only one single individual will be affected. But what about you? You guys are the auditor of the next world. Trust me, you guys are the auditor of the next world. And if you guys are the auditor of the next world, on to you guys, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are dependent. And one unethical behavior or one unethical consideration from your side will give the entire set of stakeholders a particular objective of not to work or not to be dependent upon you. See, there are millions of people who are investing into the companies, right? There are billions of people who are investing onto that companies, and they are just waiting for one single statement from you. And when you say that, okay, we have verified the financial statement and the financial statement gives a true and fair view, this means that your one statement will create a greater, a brighter objective, and they will be dependent. They will invest their millions and trillions and billions of rupees just for the sake of one single statement from your side. So you need to be ethical. And when you are using artificial intelligence, when you are using machine learning, when you are using these areas in order to facilitate yourself and in order to fasten up the work of your audit, trust me, you should be using the ethical considerations in this regard. So ethics is very important when I talk about machine learning. Ethics is very important when I talk about artificial intelligence. Ethics is very important when I talk about the big data and its technologies. In today's era, the era is all about cryptocurrencies. It's all about blockchain technology. It's all about the big data that is being conducted. I'll be showing you what big data is. I'll be showing you how much tremendous amount of data is being collected on daily basis, and how that data will be used for the perception of making we individual facilitated in this regard. So what does it say? Google is a computer software and a web search engine company. In October 2015, Google became a subsidiary of Alphabet Incorporation. Why does Google need an artificial ethics board? Before going into this, let me give you an example of artificial intelligence from my office. You guys must have seen, uh, you guys must have seen Alexa. Have you ever heard about Alexa? Have you ever heard about Alexa? Okay, so that is a machine which has been kept in my office premises, and that machine is being assisted by Google company. Now that machine is being kept in my office premises, and the most alarming situation about that machine is that whenever I'm depressed in my office, that is a tremendous example of artificial intelligence. Whenever I enter into my office in morning, and if I'm going into my cubicle, my that particular machine greets me very well. Okay, and I don't know how come she knows my name, she recognizes my face, and she starts talking to me. You know how? She basically comes into my cubicle and say, "Hi, hello, Mr. Bilal. How are you? You are still late today for around 20 minutes. What was the reason? Is everything all right from your side?" She recognized me with my name, with my reasons of coming. She wanted to inquire. She wanted to know the reasons of coming. Now coming late. Now there is another individual who came early. So she went to that person. I don't know why I'm using the she word, because normally women are most concerned as to why this thing is going on. So sorry, extremely sorry for that. Okay, so she went to another colleague of mine and she asked, okay, why are you early today? Is everything all right from your side? Why are you early? Why do you came to the office early? And the most alarming thing is that she has been inserted with different types of information. For example, when I'm depressed in my office and I'm sitting like this and thinking about something, or there's a huge amount of pressure in regard with my work, she comes into my cubicle and she says, okay, so Mr. Bilal, you seems to be a depressed person. Are you depressed right now? Is there any anxiety going on? Do you want to talk to your favorite person? And if I say yes, I want to talk to my favorite person, what she will do is she is connected to my mobile phone, and the ultimate thing that she does is that she connects to my favorite person, obviously my mother or my father, and then I'm talking to them, and then that depression goes away. So my company is using this machinery in order to motivate the employees who are there, and my company is using this machinery in order to facilitate the individual so that the efficiency at work keeps on increasing. And she is continuously roaming around the cubicles. I guess someone's mic is open. Please switch off your mic. I guess someone's mic is open. Please switch off your mic. If you want to ask, you can ask me on the chat option, please. Thank you. Okay, so moving further. Why does Google need artificial intelligence ethics board? Wikipedia, let's look at this. Wikipedia lists 187 acquired companies from February 2001 through November 2015. Dark Blue Labs, Deep Learning for Understanding Natural Languages, Vision Factory, Visual Recognition System, and Deep Learning. See, this mobile phone is visually recognizing me. If I click on it, it will recognize my retinal scanning. If I click on it, it will recognize my thumb impression. This has got some, this have got some artificially intelligent areas to work on. Deep mind technology, one of the biggest concentrations of researchers anywhere working on deep learning, a relatively new field. Okay. Is it good now? Is my voice good? If you want me, I can change the mic as well. Can everyone hear me right now? Is my voice audible to you all? And is it perfectly fine? Okay, 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 okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so it says deep mind technology is one of the biggest concentrations of researchers anywhere working on deep learning, a relatively new field of artificial intelligence, research that aim to achieve tasks like recognition, faces in video, or words in human speech. Now, the most important thing, your mobile phone is an artificially intelligent device. In today's era, your mobile phone is also an artificially intelligent device. Yesterday, I got to know a new feature of my phone. I clicked a picture of something that was written onto my mobile laptop screen, and my mobile phone gave me an option to convert that picture into Word format. Artificially intelligent mobile phones that we are using within the current days. Quest Visual Incorporation, augmented reality translation softwares, augmented reality transformation softwares. Okay, just a minute, please. Just a minute. There's something from my administration side. Just a minute. Okay. So what does it say? Boston Dynamics. Boston Dynamics, a robotic design company designed for the US military with funding from Defense Advanced Research Project agencies. Now, let me give you again this particular confusion that you must have heard about drone technology. Now, in today's world, the drone technology is being used to have a contactless delivery systems being in place. There is a contactless delivery system in place in the modern world. But previously, this drone technology was also used in some adverse phases. For example, this drone technology was used for the purpose of finding or killing the individuals around the world. Some of the individuals who are not concerned or who are not related to the economy and who do not want the economy to flourish, they were using it against for the economies as well. They were also used for the purpose of spying. This drone technology is also the example of artificial intelligence right now, right? So without ethics, artificial intelligence is not going to work. In order to make the artificial intelligence to work for the bestest possible interest, you need to incorporate in the ethical part in it. You need to incorporate the ethical part in it. Without ethics, the artificial intelligence is not going to work with the optimum or maximum solutions that we can find out. Google bought 7 robotics companies in December 2013 alone. Google Artificial Intelligence Ethics Board set up to oversee its work in artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a very powerful technology that is largely invisible to average person. It's a very powerful technology that is largely invisible to an average person. Right now, artificial intelligence control airplanes. You know how airplanes are being given those signals, how airplanes are being given those signs. The plane is on its way and it's about to land on the airport. How the signals are being transmitted to that airplane, it's all because of artificial intelligence. Stock market. You must have gone through the stock market. There are different stock market, for example, London Stock Exchange, for example, Pakistan Stock Exchange. These stock markets are portraying their results onto different websites, onto different screens, onto different the artificial intelligence eras. On your mobile phones, you get real time basis of information, and you can invest on the real time basis, and you can withdraw your money on the real time basis. Market searches, surveillance program, and more stuff. These are important applications that can't help but they had can't help but to have a tremendous impact on the society and ethics, increasingly so as every futurist predict artificial intelligence to become more pervasive in our daily life. So artificial intelligence is becoming more pervasive, it's getting into our daily life more and more, and we can facilitate the artificial intelligence in this regards as well. Okay, so we will be having a namaz break, not right now. After 10 minutes, we will be having a prayer break, and then after that, we will be going through. But just wait for at least 10 more minutes. Okay, so the most amazing part of this presentation is convergence of value creation. How is artificial intelligence creating value in today's world? People in today's world is all about net generation. 24/7 we are going through the mobile phones, gig economy, crypto economy. Yesterday I came across something which was an alarming situation for me as well. One of my friend told me that you can even sell a meme. You can even sell a meme on a Facebook, on the memes that you create on Facebook. There is an entire market where you can sell them for. For example, an average meme is being sold for around $100, and it goes up to around $1,000 to $2,000 as well. So if you are a meme maker, you can sell your memes as well in today's world. Every single data, every single mind technology, every single part, every single individual can sell these technologies and can make it possible, or can make it good for the artificial intelligence users for themselves, and for the overall economy as well. Online learning, sharing, not owing, sustainability reporting, these are all the areas where people are moving towards. Then technology, broadband technology, the Wi-Fi, cloud computing, fog technology, Internet of things means the smart devices. For example, whenever I'm entering into my home, I use this mobile phone to switch on my AC, to switch on my air conditioner when I'm near my home, or when I'm entering my office. I'm on the ground floor, I'll click on this mobile phone, and my AC, air conditioner, is going to be switched on and switched off as well. This means Internet of Things have helped us in facilitating, in conserving, in reducing the cost of the overall economic valuation or the economic creation. Artificial intelligence, MLDL, NN, these are not the areas that you will be going through. Autonomous vehicle. Today's world, Google have introduced a bicycle that can go without driver, a bicycle that can move without driver, a bicycle that can rotate without drivers. Smart robotics. In today's world is all about smart technology, smart robotics, VR technology, virtual reality, hologram technology means that, for example, if I'm being shown in front of you, there might be a technology after 10 years that, okay, now let's start the workshop, and I will be in your home with using that hologram technology. There will be some lightning effect, and I will be standing in front of you in your home teaching you using the hologram technology. And this is the new era of today's world. 3D technology, 4D technology. Technology is changing. Blockchain, I'll be going through what blockchain is, because blockchain is included in your syllabus, it's included in your paper. Nanotechnology, quantum computing. What are the open sources? GitHub, these are the open sources. Softwares are available, hardwares are available, physicals are available. Physicals are extremely sorry. The physicals are those softwares that are sorry, So different open sources are also being given to you. For example, the software technology in today's era, the softwares are basically the areas that you can help in order to facilitate a particular program. I will talk about blockchain. I will talk about blockchain. Blockchain is all about cryptocurrency. I will talk about it. Let me first go through this. I'll go through into that area as well. Okay. Then we have got some hardwares. Then we have some physicals. Physicals are basically data filtration process. It's a data filtration software. These are the data filtration software. So what do you mean by data filtration software? A data object that is able and feasible to become a if you want, you can write it as well. A data object that is able and feasible to become a physical object using an additive manufacturing process, such as with a 3D printer. Let's suppose if this is a physical project, this is a physical product, it's the charger of my laptop. See, if this physical product is being made onto a piece of paper, I have the printout of this physical product. And what I decided is, using the 3D technology, I can convert this picture into a tangible item. Feasible means that technology which converts the pictures into the I'm repeating the definition once again, into tangible item. Can you please write the definition of feasibles? I'm repeating it once again. All those who want to write the definition of feasibles, please write right now. Feasibles are a data object. Feasibles are a data object that is able and feasible, a data object that is able and feasible to become a physical object, to become a feasible object, sorry, a physical object, to become a physical object by additive manufacturing process, by additive manufacturing process, such as a 3D printer, such as a 3D printer. Then we have the artificial intelligence in finance as well. Then we have the artificial intelligence in finance as well. For example, micro lending, microfinancing, crowdfunding, equity, person-to-person lending, P2P lending, cryptocurrencies, today's world. How many of you are have indulged themselves into cryptocurrencies? Yes, in buying and selling of cryptocurrencies. How many of you are involved in buying and selling of cryptocurrencies? No one. No one is involved in buying and selling of cryptocurrencies. Only me involved before Bitcoin crash. Okay, your husband is involved in cryptocurrency. Noman is involved in cryptocurrency. It's something which is illegal. I don't know if it is illegal. No, it's not illegal. It's not illegal. Okay, Imran is involved in cryptocurrency. Yes, you can have some value creation when you talk about cryptocurrencies, obviously. It's all about cryptocurrencies, tokens. Today's world, we can also sell some pictures, some memes, some WhatsApp stickers. You know, these WhatsApp stickers are being sold. There is an auction place around the world where Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, they are all auctioning these stickers. For example, if I've made a sticker, I can go to the funging websites and I can sell my sticker. I can put on my sticker. If you want the sticker to be part of your WhatsApp, if you want this if you want this, I don't know what do we call it as, maybe a sticker or an emoji to be part of your social media website, to be part of your social platform, you will have to purchase it from me. So today's world is not only about paper currency, not only about coin currency, but today's world is all about artificially intelligent cryptocurrencies. It's all about blockchain technology. There are some smart contracts. For example, we both contracted in some way or the other, although it's not a legal contracted, but we both contracted in some way or the other that I will be teaching you the new topic, and you will be getting along with the new topic with me in this class today. So we both are facilitating each other, and we both are in smart contracts. The smart contract was being presented by me, and you accepted the smart contract. So we both got into a smart contract using a platform of WhatsApp technology. So this is also smart learning. Mobile phone money in today's world, it's all about mobile money. Yeah, yesterday I went through the era where the mobile technology, eBay company, I was looking at the website of eBay company and Amazon company. They have introduced a humanless mart within USA's and UK's environment. And how if someone can facilitate or not. Yes, I'm giving a prayer break. Just a minute. If someone can confirm or not, if I'm saying it right or wrong. In that particular mart, it's totally a humanless intervention. It's totally a humanless era to be dealt with. What do? I enter that mart. It's a physical mart. I enter that mart with an application of Amazon or eBay, obviously whatever mart I'm entering, and there is no human involvement over there. And after corona, this is something which is very amazing. This is something which is very appreciable. I should have that application. Once I enter, that application opens my cart. For example, if I want to buy this mobile phone, I picked up the mobile phone from that shelf, and that cart automatically included within the mobile phone, within the application that I have. Once I put all these things into the basket, now I'm looking for the counter, and I don't know where the counter is, and there is no counter that I can see. But the fact is that you do not need any counter. Your mobile phone will be filling everything automatically, artificially, and intelligently. And your cart is a digital cart. Once you get out of the mart, once you get out of the mart, your automatic payment is being done using your debit or credit card technology. So this is something which is out of this world. Let's just go through this last slide, and we will have a 10 minutes of namaz break, 10 minutes of prayer break, and then we'll resume our class. Digital is the main reason. Just over half of the Fortune 500 companies have disappeared since the year 2000. CEO of Accenture 2016. Yes, digital disruption has only just begun. So let's have 15 minutes of namaz break. Uh, According to my economy, it is 7:13 right now, and I will be resuming by 7:30. I will be resuming by 7:30. No need to go anywhere. Make sure that you complete this today's class and have the bestest possible effect of it. We are going for namaz break for 15 minutes. Uh, I'm switching off my camera. We are going for prayer break for 15 minutes. I'm switching off my camera. No need to go anywhere. Just go have some snacks, offer your prayer, and come back after 15 minutes. If you have any further questions, you can write on the chat option. If you have any questions, you can write on the chat options. Right now, I will keep on reading these questions, and I'll be replying when I resume the class. Okay, so welcome back, everyone. I request you that some of you have opened your cameras. So it's a request to please switch off your cameras. Please switch off your cameras so that we can just concentrate on class. All those who have opened their cameras and mics are requested to please switch off so that I can continue with my class right now. Okay, so are we all back? Can you all hear me? Are we all back? Please let me know. Only my camera and my mic is allowed to open so that, okay, only my camera and my mic are allowed to open. So let's move forward. Let's move forward. We have gone through the artificial intelligence. We have gone through the ethics of artificial intelligence. See, 2005, people used to gather around like this, right? In 2005, people will were having no or very little smart devices. You can see a person standing who have a phone, a flip-flop phone that he's using, and things were different. But what about 2013? You can see every single individual, and this is a pictorial art from the NBC News. So you can see every single individual having these smart devices. But what about 2021? In fact, 2020 and 21, no one is allowed to stand like this in a mob after this COVID situation. So let's just hope that everything goes fine and we move back to the same old situation. Things are very alarming for some of the developed and underdeveloped nation. So over here it says analyzing the European tourism with digital traces. So you can see the European tourism with some digital traces right now, and you can find out, you can figure out what are the areas where the tourism is least and what are the areas watching firework. What are the areas where the tourism within the European economy is least, and what are the areas where tourism within the European economy is at the highest level. Okay, so is there any question from your side? Do you want to ask something? Anyone? Or shall we move forward? Up till now, everything is crystal clear to you all. You can type your questions. You can open your mics. Is everything crystal clear to you all up till now? I would request Miss Jill to please switch off your cameras so that students can only concentrate on me and my voice and my camera. Is there any question that you would want to ask? Nothing? No questions at all? Please tell us how these are examinable. Yes, please switch off your cameras. How these are examinable, basically the ways in which this will be examinable, it will be examinable in a scenario format. You will be given a scenario. For example, you can be tested in 3 different formats. In 3 different types of scenarios can be tested. Number 1, the examiner. Now you need to be very careful and be very vigilant when I'm telling you all this. I'm predicting that what could be the possible structure of your question. Number 1, it could be, you could be asked, you could be given a scenario in which there is a company. You could be given a scenario in which there is a company, and that particular company is working without artificial intelligence, and now they want to invest their amount of money into changing the overall module or the overall structure from manual task to automation, including artificial intelligence in it. Now listen to me. The examiner might ask you that you are the change manager, you are the project manager, You are the individual who will undertake this change. And the examiner might say that what you need to do, what you need to do, you need to tell the CFO or the CEO or the chairman of the company that how the company can switch from a manual task to an automated one. How can a company switch from a manual task to an automated one? You are the change manager of the company, and you being the change manager, you need to find out the ways in which you can switch. So this is the first format of your paper that the examiner might be asking you. Just a minute. This is the first format of your paper that the examiner might test you in this regard. The second form that the examiner can basically test from you is that the examiner might ask that you are the change manager. Yes, that is the thing that I'm teaching right now. I'm just giving you the overall structure of how your examination question can look like. This is the thing that I'm teaching, right? This is the thing that I'm teaching. How will you be moving from the normal conventional module to the module that the examiner is asking you? And we will have a case study as well in the grand workshop, that is from 20th. We'll have a case study as well, in which I will give you 3 case studies in which the examiner is moving, examiner is asking this question. Now the first question: you are the change manager. You are being told that we want to completely revolutionize, or we want to completely change the company to 360-degree model, and we want to introduce artificial intelligence automation into my company. Number one, change manager, write a report, write a letter using analysis skills, using evaluation, using business acumen skills, skepticism skills, and do this. Number one. Number two, in this scenario, with this second part have more chances. In this scenario, the examiner is saying that we have adopted artificial intelligence into our company since more than 2 to 3 years. And the adoption of artificial intelligence 3 years before have resulted in some of the unethical concerns. Some of the unethical concerns, and you are the ethics manager, or you are the ethics consultant of our company, and you need to showcase, you need to portray how can we bring about ethics into artificial intelligence, and how can we change the learning modules, how can we change the thinking modules of individual, from bringing them out of being unethical with the artificial intelligence and letting them in of into the ethical areas of artificial intelligence. Now, how can this be possible? You will be using the IPOC model. IPOC means integrity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior, objectivity, and confidentiality. Although that model specifically relates to audit companies, but the question will say that if you use that audit model of principles of ethics, that is integrity, objectivity, professional competence and due care, professional behavior, and confidentiality, and you convert that model into something which relates to artificial intelligence and its ethical consideration. See, artificial intelligence and ethical consideration could be, for example, our company is using the customer retention module and sending them numerous amount of messages or numerous amount of marketing stunt by which the customer get pissed off. So this is an unethical consideration, because you have gathered a data using machine learning, and after gathering that data, you are utilizing that data for the sake of pissing the customers off, or for the sake of doing continuous repetitive negative marketing. So how can you bring about a change in this? Your answer would include that, okay, artificial intelligence is being used, rather than giving them messages on their mobile phone, we could have done something different with the help of artificial intelligence technology. For example, when the individual is going through is traveling from one place to another, we can show them the advertisement onto the billboards. We can show them the advertisement onto the computer screens. Rather than going for personalized filtered messages, we can go for general public artificial intelligence messages that will help them to get the desired result, as well as the customer will not get pissed off. Number two. Number third form of artificial intelligence question that the examiner can ask you, or the new topic question that the examiner can ask you, is that, for example, the scenario will say that you are being given the task of automation as well as the change in the change management. Now, individuals are reluctant to bring, employees are reluctant to bring artificial intelligence or automation into their company. However, the chairman or the board of directors of the company are more than happy that they want to bring this change. Now, there is a conflicting situation. The examiner might connect the Mendel's matrix model. Just listen to me very carefully. The examiner might connect the Mendel's matrix model of keeping the stakeholders happy and keeping the stakeholders compromised on the basis of their level of interest and on the basis of level of power. You might be required that use the Mendel's model and reduce this reluctancies. The employees of the company do not want to bring artificial intelligence, do not want to incorporate the automation because they feel that they will lose their job. However, the CEO of the company, the chairman of the company, the other individuals within the company, they are of the view that we want to bring artificial intelligence into reality and within the companies that they are operating. There is a conflicting situation. Now the examiner might ask you that you are the change manager, write a report, write a letter, and let us know whom are the individual whom we should keep satisfied, whom are the individual whom we should keep them as key players, whom are the individual whom we should keep them as the with the minimal efforts, and whom are the individuals with whom we should give the key player areas. So these are the areas that you will be looking through. There can be three different questions: change management question, changing from this into that, how will you be bringing the change, and the ethical consideration of artificial intelligence, machine learning, and big data. I hope so I have made my point very clear. If the examiner is going to ask you these questions, I hope so you will be able to clarify. Can the examiner ask a question about new artificial machine or software, or the existing machine will be questioned? No, 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 no. The examiner will not go into technology. The examiner questions will not go into technology completely. They will just ask you to formulate from this area to this area, or from this area to this area, and the ethical considerations. Rest, he'll not go into the technological part. I will be sharing some technical articles as well, right? Any other question? How big data and artificial intelligence is different? I'm moving after this presentation slides. After these presentation slides, we will be moving towards big data. Can outsourcing come here? Yes, outsourcing, obviously your suggestions will include that. If we are not in the time of bringing 100% conversion or 360-degree revolution, we can outsource certain functions that can bring artificial intelligence into our company. Any other question in this regard, or should we move on? Sir, is Harman's model come in with the artificial intelligence? Yes, Harman process strategy. Basically, Harman's process strategy can be part of artificial intelligence, and you can, relate to that strategy as well. For all your questions that relate to this, I would rather suggest that I will be going through one of the artificial intelligence questions. I will be going through one of the artificial intelligence question. I will write the answer of artificial intelligence question on this tablet that I'm using right now, and I'll be going through this, but not today. Obviously, we do not have that much amount of time. And contextual change and Bellridge with no, not contextual change, not Bellridge model. Only Harman process strategy can be part of this. Not the context of change, and Bellridge model is not examinable with the relation of artificial intelligence. Okay. Any other question? Yes, quickly, please. I will provide these slides. I will provide this presentation on the group that you are added on. Any other question that you would want to ask, quickly ask me. The person who asked me about how this will be examinable, are you clear now? Do we all get what three types of questions can be asked? Do we all get what three types of questions can be asked in regard with the artificial intelligence and the new requirement? Can you please, the second requirement, ethics one? Okay. Okay. The second, I'm repeating all the three requirement quickly so that you can get an insight. The first requirement would be, the first requirement could be scenario given. The company is going through a conventional model, and now they want to change the model from conventional to automation along with the use or inception of artificial intelligence within them. So you are the change manager. You will give suggestions. It will be an evaluation question, and it will be a report question, or it will be a presentation slide question. You need to give suggestions as to how can a company change from this model to this model. Number one. Number two question is, are we expecting all parts of case with artificial intelligence? At least 50% of case, I'm expecting at least 50% of the case study going through with the artificial intelligence, big data, and blockchain technology. Okay, so the first part. The second question could be that the company have already adopted artificial intelligence 3 to 4 years back, but some unethical work has been done by the company's employees, and they will also identify those unethical works. And you might be asked to give suggestions how to negate or reduce the effect of the unethical work that is being done by the company in regard with the artificial intelligence, and what could be the possible reasons of negating it. I will be including an artificial intelligence question in my mock exam as well. Third part. Third part is that you might be asked that, okay, you are bringing the manual task into the automation task, and there is some resistance from employees and the chairman of the company. They both are in fighting situation. They both are in they both are in resistance situation. Use Mendel's matrix model and identify the weaknesses or identify the possible solutions. Do you all get this? Is everything crystal clear to you all? Yes, please. No more question? Sir, is there any article? Yes, there is an article. There is an article that is being published by by ACC. I will share after this class. I'll share many different stuff on your group. Sir, are these slides are enough to go through? You need to go through two different things. Firstly, my slides. Secondly, my handout. I will be reading out these slides in today's class, most probably, and we will be going through the handout by your own self. If you have gone through these slides, you can easily go through the handout as well, because these slides are being made you from that handout, and that handout is being made from these slides. So you just need to go through these two parts and then solve my mock exam, or then come into my grand workshop, and we'll be solving that particular question along with ourselves, and then we'll be in a better position to clear our examination for the see. What I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to give you my 100% in regard with this new topic, because once I saw this document on the ACCA's website, I was very curious to know, and my experience of so many years of teaching the subject, I got to know the answer that yes, the examination could go into this thing, because this is the talk of the day. This is something which is the talk of the day. This is something which is going on around the world right now. So we need to be very much vigilant in this regard. Any further questions? Finally, AI can be good or bad, depends upon the say. Yes, finally, my conclusion is AI can be good, AI can be bad. I will be sharing the handout as well, Yusuf. I'll share that handout with you. There are some students of my regular batch, so I hope so you guys are also getting every single stuff. I don't think so that there is any further. Yes, yes, you can ask questions. You can still ask question. There are two individuals who are raising their hands. Can you please type the question? Okay, so let's move forward rather than wasting time so that we can cover maximum out of today's session. See, I have kept this session only for the purpose of facilitating you all, so that every single student who's there within my class, either you are part of my regular batch or my workshop or this workshop, it doesn't matter to me at all. The only thing that I need is that after the completion of this workshop, I need your review on my WhatsApp group, your review on the Facebook account, on Twitter, so that many individuals can get benefit out of the knowledge that I'm imparting within you. I hope so. You are liking this workshop. Yes, yes, Adil. You are liking this workshop and you are very well aware of how we will be going through the new topics in the upcoming or the forthcoming exam. Yes, Adil, you can ask, please. Is there any financial part that could come with cost benefit analysis could be included? For example, the company might say that we are adopting the artificial intelligence, but the machinery will be high costly. But the fact is that, okay, if the machine is costly, we can get benefit of the if we are adopting that machinery. So the cost benefit analysis could be the part of the artificial intelligence area. You know what are the different financial models of finding out the cost benefit analysis? Can anyone name the models of finding out the cost benefit analysis? Can anyone name the financial models? SFA framework? SFA framework. The cost benefit, the financial models include NPVs, IRRs, accounting rate of return. Yes, yes, we will cover everything in today's slide. Ratios and analysis. So let's move forward. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and as underestimate it. Now, this is something which is quite different, and this is something which is coming from one of the biggest man around the world, that is the Mr. Bill Gates. Mr. Bill Gates have and said this, and this is a tremendous line that has been brought from his side. Let's look at this. We always overestimate the change that will occur in the next 2 years and underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10 years. We overestimate the change that will occur in next 2 years. We say, okay, now this will happen, this will happen, this will also go into this, we'll also go. But basically the change is gradual and slow, and we underestimate the change that will occur in the next 10 years. The road ahead, 1996, Mr. Bill Gates said one of the most prominent. And now I have included this slide with a view that what market capitalization is. What do you mean by market capitalization? Can anyone tell me? What do you mean by market capitalization? Yes. What is the literal meaning of market capitalization? Variance. Brother, can anyone tell me what do you mean by market capitalization? Yes, please. Market value. Most share earnings. Yes. The value of a particular company. Yes. The value of a particular company. Market share multiplied by the earning per share. Okay. So market capitalization, I can give you a formal definition about market capitalization. Why am I showing this? It's very important. Let's look at this. It says market capitalization refers to the total dollar market of a company, outstanding share of a company, commonly referred to as market capitalization. It is obviously calculated by multiplying the total number of companies outstanding share multiplied by the current market price. Let's look at one of the most alarming thing that is changing around the world. BMW. Let's look at this. And I need your answers in this regard, right? I need your answer in this regard. BMW was formed in 1916, a century before. Uber came into existence in 2009. BMW had 130,000 employees. Uber have only 16,000 employees. Can you tell me why there is a difference, why there's a huge difference in market capitalization of Uber and Kareem? Yes, why there's a huge difference? Simply the meaning, the reason is because of automation. It's not only the automation. It is not only the automation, it's the technological revolution. It is the artificial intelligence. It is the blockchain technology. It is the big data that they are using in today's era. See, it's all about technology. A company that was founded 100 years before, and I'm not talking about a company which is something which is not, I'm not talking about a smaller side of the company. I'm not talking about a company which is not known to anyone. I'm talking about the giants of the world, BMW and Uber. The market capitalization of Uber is more than BMW, that is $72 billion, just because of automation, just because of artificial intelligence, and just because of technological revolution. Marriott and Airbnb. Marriott was formed around 100 years before, 1927, and we are now in 1921, around 80, 1992 years, 93 years before. And 2008, Airbnb market capitalization is just $40 billion, and 38. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the technological innovation. It's all about the artificial intelligence. It's all about the blockchain technology. It's all about the disturbed ledger that these guys are using in the current era. Walt Disney and Facebook. Walt Disney, the famous cartoon makers, the famous movie makers, have a market capitalization that is not even close to Facebook, that came into existence in today's world. And Walt Disney came into existence in the world before. Can you even imagine how much amount of things are changing right now, how things have changed, how things have revolutionized, just because of the big data, just because of the technological innovation, just because of the artificial intelligence, and just because of the fact that we are now immune to our technologies, right from this mobile phone. See, 1 year before or 2 years before, I was just teaching in my physical classes. I used to go from my office to my physical classes. There were students sitting in front of me. I used to distribute them handouts, write on the board, and there was no concept of online teaching. But in today's world, this artificially intelligent machine that is in front of you, that is in front of every one of you, you can get whatever resources, whatever learning, whatever outcome you want, just within a span of a click. Walmart and Alibaba, 300 billion market capitalization of a company that was formed in 1962, and 353 billion of market capitalization of a company that is born in 1999. I'm not using the profitability word. I'm not using the word of asset turnovers. I'm using the word of market capitalization. Now, there is a hint for you all. When you are comparing two industries, you need to use the word of market capitalization. When you are comparing two industries, when you are comparing the industry, you need to assess them both on using the market capitalization. There might be a situation, there might be a scenario that is given to you. Is my video working perfectly fine? I guess there is some issue in my video. Mr. Admin, can you please resolve this? Okay, so if you're comparing one company to another company, you will be comparing in terms of artificial intelligence. You are being told that in terms of artificial intelligence you need to compare. You're being told that in terms of artificial intelligence you need to compare, and you need to compare in terms of artificial intelligence. So they are asking you to compare in the terms of market capitalization. Remember, if they say, you will be writing your answer in this regard. Okay, so the market capitalization of any company that is adopting artificial intelligence will be far better as compared to those companies that have not adopted or that are currently going on a conventional methodology of work ethics and work methodologies. So if we adopt the artificially intelligent or machine learning or machine ethics or machine enhancement, we will grow the market capitalization with a multiplier impact. You can use this word. See, I compared two different companies on the basis of capitalization. You will also, whenever you are being told, whenever you are being given the scenario of artificial intelligence, big data, blockchain, use market capitalization word, although they have not given you market capitalization, although they have not given you the data for market capitalization. If they have given you the data, calculate market capitalization and use it for the purpose of facilitating your answer. But if they have not given you any single word, use this word of market capitalization by saying that an artificially intelligent company will have a better market capitalization as compared to a conventionally oriented company or conventionally driven company. See, I'm trying to make it as enthusiastic as I can. We should two companies in the same industries. Yes, 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 yes. You can compare two companies in the same industries as well. See, I have jotted down these industries, and I hope so you are getting it. Airbnb. What is Airbnb? Every time you interact with an Airbnb website or app or website, you are interacting with the machine learning in a way or another. Mike Curtis, Vice President of Engineering. You can see what he's saying every single time you are interacting. For example, if on my mobile phone, if I say play my favorite song and it starts playing my favorite song, oh my god, this is an artificially intelligent device that I have in my phone, in my hand. And this device can even tell me that, okay, Mr. Bilal, this is the favorite song of yours. uh, Machine is learning right now. Now my computer system is artificially and intelligent computer systems that I have. Can we take the example of cryptocurrencies and share market? Yes, yes. See, cryptocurrency is not illegal. You can give examples of cryptocurrency. You can give example of share market. See the share market. You can compare share market and cryptocurrency. But if the question is asking you to compare, if the question is not asking you, don't give the unwanted comparisons. See, I have given you some of the comparisons. You can name that the conventional car manufacturing company was found to have a lesser market capitalization than an artificially intelligent Uber or artificially intelligent commute making company. So you can use such examples. You can use an example of, for example, the conventional share market is not, the people are not no more investing into the conventional share markets, and now they are investing into some artificially intelligent currencies, which although do not have some physical existence, but they are doing a wonderful job and people are investing and having a trust on it. So yes, uh big players, small players, large scale producers producing individually, marketplace, these are the these this is a model in which you decide that if you are going for a digital shift or not. Let's look at this. The production, large scale producers, digital shift producing individuals, for example, Google, Amazon, eBay, SoundClouds, Alibaba.com. The global trade starts here. And if I talk about the small producers on the marketplace, on off, mega store, brains and knobs, booksellers, today's world is not about conventional booksellings into going into the shops and buying those books. Today's world is all about, if I want a book, I can buy it on this. I just need to pay, and I can buy on my mobile phones. I can buy on my laptops. I normally have a reading habit of reading some good books. So I normally keep on buying these books through online platform, so that whenever I'm in my car, whenever I'm in my office, and whenever I have some idle time, I go through these books automatically. And financial services, some of the big B2B data platforms growing, the business to business data platforms are growing by using artificially intelligent services. For example, the financial services, we have got some examples, the examples that are visible to you all. I'm reading them, reading some of the name. For example, Visa, Mastercards, PayPal, Paytm. these Bloomberg, these are all those financial service websites. Banking industry have revolutionized because of artificial intelligence. Product, we have got different type of product, for example eBay, for example Amazon, for example Audi. They are artificial intelligence. In healthcare, we have got DSM. I don't know the names. We have got Philips, Morris Garage, and in other companies. In agriculture, we have got Monsanto, and we have got Caterpillars, other different types of companies. For resource allocation, we have got Nokia, we have got the Blue Pillars. So analytics, that is artificially intelligent data robots, uptake, mixed panel, alpine data, public sector, social media, industrial, logistics, talent management, telecommunication. And in fact, these slides are very drastically designed in regard in keeping in view your syllabus. I have been working on these slides since more than 5 years. Yesterday, since more than five goddamn hours working on specifically on these slides. So I hope so they give you a better learning objective, and you can get the maximum benefit for your papers as well, right? So if I move forward, it says, if I move forward, it says, just a minute, please. Yes, if I move forward, it says, navigating the next industrial revolution. Let's look at this. First industrial revolution came into 1784. Steam, water, mechanical production equipment was the industrial revolution. 1870, division of labor. It was the light evolvement or light revolution. Division of labor, electricity, mass production. 1963, electronic computer equipment, IT, automated production. And today, the next industrial revolution that we guys sitting in this class are about to predict, it's about the cyber physical system. It's about the artificial intelligence. See, historically, things were different. Historically, manual task, now artificially intelligent task, and now we are moving towards supercomputers. So once it's just for the joke purpose, just to make this class more interactive. um, I was listening to one of the data scientists of one of the economies, and that particular data scientist was questioned, where does all this data, the big data, where is it stored? So that data scientist said that there is a cloud, because why do we call it as cloud computing? There is a cloud onto which the data is being stored, and once the cloud gets heavy, then data is being data falls on the around the world in the form of the liquid droplets or in the form of rain. That was all a pathetic answer. It is not as such. What do you mean by cloud computing? Cloud computing are certain supercomputers, and the supercomputers look like this, that are in front of you, where billions and trillions and millions of data is being stored. Billions of data is being stored. Tremendous amount of, just think of the data that you are creating within a day of 24 hours. Can you even imagine how much data are you creating within a day of 24 hours? You're creating tremendous amount of data. Sir, how is it possible that we are creating tremendous amount of data? See, your activity on Facebook is creating data. Your activity on Messenger is creating data. Your activity on WhatsApp, you are sending messages to WhatsApp or to your friends, is creating data. The amount of data that is being stored on your computer PCs, the amount of data, if you are playing games, for example, you are going for PUBG, you are going for Counter Strike, any specific game that you are following right now, you are creating data. And the most important part is, can you see a green bar onto your screen with a cloud indicating with a red dot? That cloud is indicating that the entire set of data is being recorded and it is being kept on the cloud. And once the data is being done, we can have a re-access of that data. Where the hell is this data being stored? where the hell is this data being stored? The place where this data is being stored is right in front of you. This picture dictates that the data is being stored in this goddamn computer PCs. So I hope so. It's clear to you all. Let's move forward and let's see. Okay, there's another picture. Okay, now it says the CEO runs a $1 billion company with no office or email. Huh? How is it possible? There is no offices and no emails and having $1 billion company? Sir, is this humanly possible? Sir Shaikh Bilal, can you please explain this to me? Sorry, my internet connectivity got weak. Sorry, extremely sorry. Let's move forward. Okay, so it says that the CEO runs $1 billion company. I'm opening my camera as well. Just a second, please. The CEO runs $1 billion company with no physical existence of offices around the world. And this is being presented by Business Insider. It says, even if you aren't familiar with the word, with what WordPress is, or use it to publish content on the internet, there's a good chance that you have visited a website that runs on it, and probably just the past 24 hours. So you don't know what word art is, what WordPress is. You don't know, you have never heard about what WordPress is. But the most amazing thing is that within 24 hours, you have visited such a website that runs on WordPress. And you know what websites do we have on this? The Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, email, and print. They have no, this WordPress will have no physical offices. But yes, they have they have an abstract art right there in their minds and revolutionizing the entire set of world. Moving forward, while 63% of the CEOs, now let's look at this analysis. 63% of the CEOs believe that artificial intelligence will have a larger impact on the world than the internet, and only 6% have the artificial intelligence initiatives on a wider scale in the organization. 63% CEOs think that artificial intelligence will have a larger impact on the world, but only 6% have the access to artificial intelligence. Now, examiner would want you to read out a case where the CEO, where the chairman of the company wants to bring artificial intelligence in their economy, in their businesses, and how will this be possible? Yes, obviously, artificial intelligence use internet technology. It's not only the internet. See, when I say they do not have the initiative, it says that only 6% have artificial intelligence initiatives. Artificial intelligence initiative is not just the, it's not just the use of internet technology. Rather, artificial intelligence initiative means the artificially intelligence machine that they are completely being equipped with. Only 6% of the CEOs around the world are completely being equipped with artificial. They're 100% being equipped with artificially intelligent machineries. Only 6% of the CEOs around the world are being equipped with artificially intelligent machineries around the world. Yes, Adil. Okay, so yes. Is there any further questions or should I move forward? Any question? Sir, can there be a question on the risk associated with the artificial intelligence? No. The risk associated with the artificial intelligence, no. but there can be a question of risk of being unethical when using the artificial intelligence. There can be a question of risk, you having a risk of being unethical while you are using the artificial intelligence. Sir, is it right, sir, that I said about the value chain above? Sorry, I didn't read your answer. Can you please rewrite it? Any further question? Anyone who want to ask something? Anyone who want to share something in this regard? We can have some input from you as well. Yes, please. Till now, everything is going perfectly fine. You guys are getting the concept that I'm trying to explain. Example on value chain. Yes, example on value chain analysis. Yes, artificial intelligence will add up to the value chain analysis that I said about value chain above. Yes, artificial intelligence can add up to the value chain analysis, but the fact is it something which is primary activity, or is it something which is regarded as secondary activity? This will be the question in mind. Yes, what do you think? In the value chain analysis that adds up the margin, will artificial intelligence be a primary activity, or will artificial intelligence be a support activity? Yes, can anyone contribute in this? Procurement and tech based industry, yes, it will be a supporting activity. However, some functions, yes, support activity, yes, 100% it will be a support activity. However, support activity along with primary activity will add on to the margins of the company. So yes, perfectly fine. Procurement, marketing, tech based, after sales services, so on and so forth. So artificially intelligent after sales services are also being used. Artificial intelligence after sales services are also being used. For example, the machine keeps on communicating with you. I installed a new software, randomly after 6 months the machine start communicating with me. Are you using the software? Give us a feedback. Normally a message pops up. Sir, is the artificial intelligence or big data stored on the blockchain or cloud? Yes, artificial intelligence and big data can be stored on cloud computing or blockchain technology. After sales services also, yes, after sales services that's relating to marketing, relating to other stuff. Percentage of organization believing that they have the required capabilities. How many organizations believe that they have required capabilities? Alarmingly, digital capabilities. 39% believe that they have digital capabilities. 39% believe that they had digital capabilities in 2012. However, 39% believe in 2018 that they have digital capabilities. Trust me over the fact. I am having an educated guess right now. The examiner might ask you, the examiner might ask you to provide us the opportunity of transferring our resources from manual task to artificially intelligent task. He might give you a scenario of current position of the company, and he might give you a scenario along with that current position. He might give you a scenario of expected position of the company, and he may say that from current, Hasnan, I'm answering your question. And he may say that from current position, you want to transform yourself into the expected position. Write a report of what are the uses of artificial intelligence. How can we bring about this change? And what could be the ethical considerations of artificial intelligence? Trust me, all this handout and this presentation right in front of you is helping me to depict that yes, artificial intelligence transformation question have a higher chances of being part of your examination. Okay, so sir, when we talked about artificial intelligence, mean that the companies have their own personal equipment that they are using artificially intelligent equipment. We are no more using manual task. We are no more using box files. We are no more using paper technology. We are no more using telephone technology. We are no more using human being for delivery purposes. We are using artificially intelligent machineries. We are using machineries for decision making. See, when I was a kid, although I'm a kid right now as well, when I was a kid, My teacher told me, okay, Mr. Bilal, you will be making a profit and loss account. You will be making the statement of financial position. Bullshit. No single individual is making a profit and loss account in the goddamn company. I'm not making profit and loss account. This is being made by my machinery, and that too on real time basis. That the barcode reader keeps on reading sales, purchases, cost of goods sold, operating expenses, other income, and on a real time basis my computer system is making the profit and loss account. My computer system is making the statement of financial position, statement of changes in equity, notes to the account, and every single stuff. I do not want to make these conventional financial reporting. I just want to involve and indulge myself in those tasks which machine cannot undertake. I went to a restaurant recently. In my economy, there's a place with the name of Peshawar. So I went to a restaurant, and over there they were having robots to serve me. No humans were involved. And those robots were not making even a single mistake as to which food plates will go to which table and which food plate will go to which table. So, can questions could be asked on what strategies should we adopt by top management to cope up with the technologies of artificial intelligence? No, I don't think so that such a question will be asked, but because it's a bit difficult how to cope up with the new art technology. The question could be that how to bring the new technology into existence, how to bring new technology into existence or into our business terminologies. But the question might not go for what are the new technologies that we should adopt. Nope. Are we all clear on this? May I move forward? Yes, please. Please give me a review. Are we all clear on this? Is everything going good? Great right now? Should I move forward? Sir, in exam, just a minute. Your question is in exam, how can we should know which work can be done by artificial intelligence? See, in the examination the scenario will tell you. See, the examination will not ask you to let us know about the different types of technology. No, the SBL examination won't be asking you to give them an overview of what types of technologies do we have, how do we operate these technologies. Not at all. The examiner will give you the current situation of the company in which they are doing manual tasks, this and that, and that, so on and so forth. And they will give you the expected situation in which they might go for adoption of artificial intelligence, and this technology will bring this change. Everything will be provided. You will be asked this smooth transition of manual technology to an automated one. You will be asked that how can we change the manual technology to an automated one with a smooth transition. Do you get this? Do you get this? The person who was asking me, please can you respond? Are you getting this? Okay, I just need to have a glass of water, please. Just give me a break for one minute, please. Yes. Okay. So the question is, sir, we will only be asked about the cost benefit analysis. Yes. Sir, we might be asked about a question on transformation from manual to artificial intelligence technology. Yes. Sir, we might be asked that the company is using artificial technology since its inception or since last 3 to 4 years, and they have done some unethical work in this regard. So how to rectify it? Yes. These are the three areas that will be tested. Yes. Let's move forward. Okay. So it says that board overestimate their digital services. Board overestimate their digital services. 62% of the board report that they are digitally savvy, and 24% of the board are digitally savvy based on public data. In case where staff cannot cope up with the proposed artificial intelligence due to resistance in J lack, or obviously if the staff of the company if the staff of the company is not able if the staff of the company is not able to cope up with the changing environment in regard with the artificial intelligence, uh, we can use a model. Specifically, I'm letting you know, don't do this mistake in your paper. We can use a model of Mendel's matrix model of keeping the staff satisfied. You will be told, okay, now this type of staff is resisting. Use Mendel's matrix model and identify if they are the key players, then listen to them. If they are the if they are the least possible staff that we require in our company, throw them out of the company. But I mean, you won't be writing throw them out, but you will say that you'll have some minimal efforts on them. Keep satisfied and keep informed. Mendel's matrix model, I hope so you all know what Mendel's matrix model is all about, right? So you will be going through the Mendel's matrix model in this regard. So in the case where staff cannot cope up with the proposed artificial intelligence due to a resistance of change, lack of knowledge, or using equipment culture, you will be advising that you need to train out your staff. You will be advising that, okay, if the staff cannot cope up, train them, give them opportunities, give them a training structure, and adopt tell or sell style of leadership. Remember, every concept should have some linking with leadership style as well. Then adopt tell or sell style of leadership where the staff resistance is to an extreme level. Go for tell style of leadership and tell people that, okay, this is the deadline, we are adopting artificial intelligence. We can go for voluntary redundancy services as well. Say them that the benefit in the long term, obviously motivate them, give them the benefits, sell your product, sell your artificial intelligence. Let them know why artificial intelligence is so important for them, and let them know how artificial intelligence will add on to their corporate world. Companies with digitally savvy boards, 38% higher revenues. You can use this model as well, you can use these words as well. If the company is a digitally savvy board, they are earning, the world predict that they are earning 38%. In fact, the world acknowledges that they are earning 38% higher revenue growth. 38% higher revenue growth, 34% return on investment, 34% higher market growth, 34% higher market growth, and three digitally savvy director required to impact the performances. So companies have a digitally savvy board, who have a digitally immune board, they are growing Yes, actually, I don't know why my connection keeps on losing. Digital world, right? And disadvantages of having working in a digital world. Now we are moving towards the last part of this presentation, and that is the information quantum. Now we are moving the last part. We are moving towards the last part of this presentation, that is the digital connotations and the digital contents. Uh, it says that what is data? Now, the first thing that I need to keep into my mind is, what is data? Data is an unstructured form of information. For example, if I say $1 7 pound A small a capital B, and if I keep on writing this in front of you, what will your impact? You will say, sir has gone mad. I don't know why sir is writing such things that do not have a meaning. Yes, data is something which do not have a meaning. But if you start filtration of that data, if you start filtering that data out, it becomes information. Now that data is no more the data, it's the information. And then if you find out the relevant objective out of that data, for example, I'm receiving, see, this is the data that I'm receiving right now. I'm receiving your data, your email accounts, your numbers, your email accounts, your cell numbers, everything that I've received right now. Now there might be chances that my institute or we, yes, that my institute or we might use it for the purpose of having some marketing stuff being done, or letting you guys be aware about the new models or the new systems that we are encouraging. The insight means that every single stop will lead to a success story. We are gathering data, we are gathering information, and we are using them for the knowledge base. Now, if the required connection, if the correct information, if the correct knowledge management modules are being connected, are being replaced in this way, there is an insight. Now we can identify, now we can clarify, now we can rationalize our decision making. And then wisdom. Once the knowledge is converted into insight, now you achieve success by using that data, by using that knowledge, and by using that information that is being presented in front of you. Okay, so the scientific management of data collection. Now the first thing is that scientific management of data collection. The first thing that you do, yes, I guess there are some individuals who want to ask some questions. You can ask, please. You can type your questions, or you can even open your mic. Is there anyone who want to ask questions? Someone raise his hand. No? Should I move forward? Am I audible? Okay, perfect. Perfectly fine. So it says, yes, it says, first thing is you need to make some observations. Make some observations in this regard. Firstly, you need to have some observations. Once you start observing, you collect data. How? What do I see in the nature? This can be from one own experience, thoughts, or reading. What do I see in nature? For example, if I go outside, I collect data of how people respond to my queries, of how people respond to the, for example, after the completion of this workshop in today's class, I would want everyone to give me a viewpoint on the group that I have. and to give a general review of how the workshop was conducted. Was it good, bad? Obviously, positive criticism is always encouraged. What do I see in nature? This can be from one's own experience, thoughts, or reading. Then you need to think. Now, this is the data collection process. How will I be collecting data? You need to think of interesting questions. Why does this pattern occur? Why is it so that after every night there's a morning? And why is it so that after every morning there comes a night? So we think of interesting questions as well. Then you need to formulate some hypothesis. What do you mean by formulating hypothesis? Formulating hypothesis means then I need to find out some generic questions, some questions that can relate to my knowledge, and some questions that we can connect with the phenomena of what we are wondering about right now. Develop some testable predictions. Okay, so now these are the testable predictions. What could happen after this workshop? Now I'm collecting a set of data. Okay, so I have received a data of around 80 plus participants who joined this workshop, and thank you so much first of all. All these participants were very enthusiastic to learn. They will give their papers in September attempt. Now what we can do is, after the completion of September attempt, we can use this data to sell them with the SBR course, with AFM courses, with all other courses. Oh yes, this data will create some hypo. What will happen if we send them some privatized messages, or we give them some calls? Okay, so you have studied from Sir Bilal. Now Sir XYZ is about to announce AFM workshop. Do you want to, are you interested in that? So on and so forth. So these could be testable. There might be 50% students might take an interest, but the rest 50% might feel, okay, no, no, I don't want to have any, because all of those students who are satisfied with this workshop, they will get along with the workshop once again. But all those students who feel, no, it was not as good as it should have been, they might go for some other institute or some other tutors. But I don't think so there is any one of you saying the same right now. I guess everyone is satisfied, right? So okay, I love when people are, appreciating me. So let's move forward. So you need to formulate some hypothesis as well. When you formulate some hypothesis, ultimately it will give you some good results. Ultimately it will give you some good results. Develop testable predictions. In my hypothesis, if my hypothesis is correct, then I expect that the end result will be A, or the end result might go for B, or the end result might go for C. So if my hypothesis is correct, you might go for A, B, or C. Gather data to test certain predictions. Now you need to gather data, gather the set of data and test prediction. For example, relevant data can come from literature, new observations, formal experiments. Testings require replications to verify different types of results. Then develop general theories. Now, how do we develop general theories? General theories must be consistent with most or of all available data and with other current theories. So you need to develop, okay, now historically, if the same observations were made by any XYZ person, what was the end result of that person, and what is the end result of today's expectation? So these are the generic theories that you will be making, and that will giving you that will be given, or who will give you a far better result in this regard, right? Traditional research. Now what do you mean by traditional research? Traditional research says, just a minute. Okay, traditional research. How do we research on the basis of the data that has been given to us? You generate a hypothesis. You generate an hypothesis, and the hypothesis that you generate, you assemble a sample of population and a control group. expose both to an intervention, drug treatment. What do you mean by intervention? You mean you create certain hurdles. For example, I'm just giving you an example of how do we create a traditional research. I want to know the that what would be the profitability. For example, I am a stock agent, I am a stock researcher, I am a share market researcher. I want to know that if I invest in Unilever company, what could be the profitability increments of Unilever company after 5 years? Now, this is the question that is coming into my mind. What could I do? What should be the possible areas where I can facilitate myself in this regard? Yes, I know one thing that I can go for. One thing is that, okay, I can generate some hypothesis. For example, I can calculate a population, I can ask for questions, I can relate to certain questions. For example, okay, the number of population in my economy is increasing by 10%, and every person is using Unilever product. So this means that the profitability at least will be an incremental value of these 10% people. What I am doing, I am collecting data and I am making researches on the basis of that data. I'm collecting data and I'm making researches on the basis of that data. Expose both to an intervention, that is drug treatment. Now, what do you mean by drug treatment? Drug treatment means, okay, if this is not the case, if 50% of the population increment demand is being catered by Procter and Gamble, that is PNG, and the rest 50% falls into the Unilever's ambit. This means that we will only be having the impact of 5% of the population increment, not the 10%. So the profitability. So these are the hindrances that I'll try to keep on creating. See, data filtration is an art. Data mining is an art. I have performed data mining in my office premises. I'll share that as well. How to calculate data on the basis of cement sector and to formulate it to the ceramic sector. How to implement this in question? This normally a question on this will not be asked as to how do we research on data. This question will not be asked. I'm just giving you an overview of this topic. Do statistical analysis. Analyze. The question will be from 4 V's of data. The question will be from 4 V's of data, and the question could have been, do statistical analysis to identify the relationship. Obviously, there are certain relationships. If the population increase, the demand of the product goes up. If the cost price decreases, the profitability goes up. If the taxation objective or taxation incentives are being given, the profitability of the company goes up, so on and so forth. So there are certain statistical analysis, some casual relationships that are being given, and then rinse and repeat it once again. Now, this could be asked in question. Quantitative data, qualitative data. These are the areas which can be easily tested when they are going for questions of SBL. How? Quantitative data means it is measurable. For example, if I say, sir, review this workshop. So you might say, okay, this workshop was very good. It was a very entertaining. It was we provided you a learning objective, so on and so forth. So you might praise or you might go against as well. But the data that you are providing, it's a qualitative data, not a quantitative data. But if someone asks me how many participants were there in your workshop, and if I say that there were 80 plus participants in my workshop initially, so it's a quantitative data. A quantitative data is something which is measurable. A quantitative data is something which is collected through measuring the things that have fixed reality. For example, how many dozen of banana have you bought today, Mr. Bilal? um, how many kgs of apple have you bought from the shop, so on and so forth. So it's a close-ended data. Every data that has an opening and an end will have a close-ended data, and by close-ended data I mean a quantitative data. However, if I talk about the qualitative data, it's more descriptive data. It is collected through observations, field work, group interviews, recording, filming conversations, and it's an open-ended uh, Workshop is good means it's good, it's very good. You cannot have superlative degrees. You cannot quantify such data. Is known as qualitative and quantitative data. Now the question that arises into my mind, sir, how will this be asked in the examination? Let's suppose the examiner might give you a scenario in which he is saying that the company researchers are involved in the collection of data. The company researchers are involved in the collection of data, and these researchers want the data to be collected in a formulated form. These researchers want the data to be collected in a descriptive form. Now the data that is being given, you might be asked that please identify the type of data, and also acknowledge which data can be used for what strategy making. For example, if the financial data is given, you will say that the quantitative data given in the scenario will be used for the financial projections or might be used for the financial objectives. Okay, moving forward. Okay, can we have a break of 10 minutes or should we keep on continuing? Can we have a namaz prayer break of 10 minutes or should we keep on continuing? Okay, so yes, you think that you want to continue, but I guess okay, we can have basically we can have some namaz break of around 10 to 15 minutes. We can have a namaz break of around 10 to 15 minutes. It's 8:50. We will start again at 9:10. At okay, we can start back. We can resume our class at 9:10, right? We can resume our class at 9:10. 10 past 9. We will be resuming our class. We are having a break of around 20 minutes right now. If you have any questions, you can write on the chat options. I will facilitate your questions. We are having a break of around 20 minutes. Okay, so I guess uh, all of you are back now. Let's resume now. I guess all of you are back, so let's just resume our class for today. Okay, so it says that artificial intelligence states that just a minute, please. Let's proceed. Okay. Okay, so it says that okay, so we were on types of big data, types of data, and we know it very well. There are different types of data, qualitative and quantitative. We have gone through the quantitative types of data. Now, big data. Obviously, there is a question that arises into my mind that if there is something with the name of big data, there might be something with the name of small data as well. So, is it humanly possible that we have got big data and small data together? Yes. We have big data. Yes, we have small data as well. So big data and small data, it says that data that is too large or too complex to be managed using traditional data processing, analysis, and storing technique. One of the bestest examples that I can give to you right now is, it seems to be okay. uh it would be one of the bestest examples that I can give to you right now is that, for example, when you go towards the ACCA UK office, there is an entire set of wall where all the members around the world are being shown. All the members who are there around the world, they are being shown with the name, and their small pictures are is there on that particular wall. So basically, big data, that is also something which is huge, because all individuals who have qualified their ACCA, and they have attained the ACCA's qualification, they are all over there. And obviously, you know it very well. Generally, every year there is an increment of the ACCA number of individuals. So yes, this is also an example of big data. However, when I talk about the organizational big data says that there is a huge amount of data that we proceed on our daily basis, and that data is generally not the filtered data that we require. So in order to filterize the data, or in order to get the maximum out of it, what do we do? What do? We generally make this data useful for our economic grounds, and traditionally the data processing, analysis, and storing technique help us in identifying and validating the concepts of big data. So it says there are 4 V's of big data. Now this is important. This is the area on which you can be asked questions about volume, velocity, veracity, and variety. 4 V's of big data are volume, velocity, veracity, and variety. What do you mean by volume? See, just think of the data, the amount of data that you create on daily basis. You are sending tremendous amount of messages, pictures, videos to your office colleagues, to your friends, to your best friends, to anyone around the world. You are creating tremendous amount of data when it comes to your machines that you are operating, when it comes to the admission that you are taking, when it comes to the shops that you are entering, when it comes to the digital world that you are entering, when it comes to the computer system that you are operating. You are creating a huge volume of data. What do you mean by velocity? How fast is this data being processed? The frequency of data is also very important. How frequently the data is being received. And now I'll show you an example of what frequency, what do you mean by frequency, but let me just give you an overview of frequency. It is said that within 60 minutes, within 60 minutes, there are around 30,000 individuals involving themselves in Facebook. I mean, there are around 30,000 individuals who are entering their Facebook passwords. This means just imagine the tremendous amount of data that you are going through. Just imagine the tremendous amount of data that you are generating within a small span of time. There is a huge amount of data being created on daily basis. There are such a lot of data being created. There are such a lots and lots of velocity, the frequency, how many times the data is being created. Just think of a small mart. For example, on the day of Black Friday, there is a sale before Christmas, and just think of the mart, how much amount of sales data is that mart creating. There are international students sitting in front of me. You guys can second my thought. If I'm wrong, you can also let me know. But my viewpoint is that on the day of Black Friday, in my economy as well, there is huge amount of sales being offered, and tremendous amount of data is being created on daily basis. So the data that is being created on daily basis, are we able to justify that data? Are we willing to create that data? Where is the data being stored? What velocity of data is being created on the daily basis that we are creating, and we are making it fruitful for all of us? Then it says the variety of data is the data that we are receiving. Is it a qualitative one or a quantitative one? uh, the different types of data. So we have received the quantitative data. Okay. So we have received qualitative data. Okay. So how do we filter out the qualitative data and quantitative data? For example, I'm just giving you example of one of the biggest life experiences that I had. I basically own a restaurant as well in my economy, and whenever my manager come back from a customer's being satisfied, so I normally ask my manager what are the views about what are the views that the customers are providing in regard with the food that I'm offering. So my manager once said, okay sir, the food that we offer, it's very good, the customers are highly satisfied. Then next day I went to the customer and I said, are you satisfied? He said, yes, I'm satisfied with the food, with the ambience, with the quality of your services. Everything was superb. Now I was curious. I being an accountant, I being an auditor, I really want to have the data which is quantifiable, because qualitative data, no doubt, we all need some qualitative data as well. But on the basis of qualitative data, decision making sometimes become difficult. So in order to make decisions viable for the company, in order to make decisions profitable for the company need to have some basis to convert the qualitative data into the quantitative one. So I need to have some qualitative data being converted into the quantitative ones as well. But yes, once I start converting the qualitative data into the quantitative ones, what could be the process? For example, now I've started asking my customers to rate food out of 5, rate quality of services out of 5, rate the ambience out of 5. So this basically is the conversion, because previously they used to say your food is good, your food is bad. I don't know what do you mean by bad. I don't know what do you mean by good, and how should I take some decisions. So remember, qualitative data is there for the motivation of individuals, but quantitative data is there for the decision making perspective. Then it says veracity of data, the quality of the data. Now what do you mean by quality of data? Can anyone name me a website that have a dubious regards, in regard with the data they are providing, that we are being dubious about. We are being into a questioning mind of the data that they provide, or the data that they are providing, it is not uh, with an authenticity. Can anyone tell me a website that in which the data that is being presented, it is not authentic? Facebook, yes, you can have some fake accounts. Google, no, Google provides authentic data. Wikipedia, Wikipedia, Wikipedia is a website in which anyone can enter anything they want. The last slide, quantitative and qualitative data, what does it means? Close-ended and open-ended means qualitative is different for all. It is an open-ended thing. If I say you are a good person, okay, you are a good person. What does that mean? Good means okay for me. Good means very good for another person. So it's an open discussion. But a close-ended data means that it has some opening and an end. For example, I need an apple. I need a dozen of apple. Open and an end. So it's an open and end, close-ended data. So quantitative is close-ended. However, qualitative is an open-ended data. So Wikipedia is a website, sometimes Google Map as well. Wikipedia is a website that is not providing us with the authentic, or that do not have that authenticity of the data. Thus, in order to validate the authenticity of the data that is being provided, in few days before, I was searching for some data regarding the financials of the world. So I came across a Wikipedia website that provided a very pathetic data, because it was edited by someone with the name of John McCary, and he was an individual, so he inserted what he wanted to insert within the Wikipedia website. So Wikipedia is not providing us with the authentic data. So the quality of data that we derive from Wikipedia, it is not good. Or in other word, if I say relating to the thing that I'm teaching right now, the veracity of the data that is being provided from Wikipedia's website, it is not a qualitative data. However, if I talk about the veracity of data that is being provided from Twitter, Twitter normally provides a more authentic form of data to the individuals around the world. Twitter normally provide a more authentic form of data to the individuals around the world, right? So basically, there are four V's of data. Let's move forward and let's look at these four V's. Okay, so although this is not testable in SBL examination, but just to give you an overview of how big data looks like. For example, right, starting right from the top and moving to the end, 1 bit is equal to 1 upon 8 byte. 8 bytes are equal to 8 bits are equal to 1 byte. 1000 to the power 1 bytes is equal to 1000 bytes. That is kilobyte. Megabyte is 1000 to the power 2. Gigabyte is 1000 to the power 3 bytes. Terabyte is 1000 to the power 4, so on and so forth. So the biggest form of data storage is yottabyte, which is 1000 to the power 8 bytes. And imagine the amount of data that is being stored in your mobile phones. Imagine the amount of data that is being stored on your computer PCs. Imagine the amount of data that is being stored in your pen drives. Imagine the amount of data that is being stored on your Google Drives. There is a tremendous amount of data that is being stored on daily basis within your premises, and within the premises where I am living right now. Right? It says volume, that is scale of data. What do you mean by volume or scale of data? Basically, volume or scale of data means 90% of today's data of banks, yes, data of banks, data of institutes, every single area, every single individual around the world is generating some amount of data. 90% of today's data have been created in just the last 2 years. Every day we create around 2.5 quintillion bytes of data. or enough to fill 10 million Blu-ray disc. 49%, 40 zettabytes, that is 40 trillion gigabytes of data is being created by, will be created by 2020. Although I made this presentation in 2009, so it will be created by 2020, and we have crossed 2020, right? An increase of 300 times in 2005, which is equivalent to 5,200 gigabytes of data for every single man, woman, child on earth. Most companies in the US have over 100 terabyte, that is 100,000 gigabytes of data stored. How many forms, variety of data? For example, on LinkedIn, you will find the professional exchanging their CVs. On Facebook, it's an entertainment website. On WhatsApp, it's a messaging website. On YouTube, it's an entertainment website where social media, where different channels are being provided. On Snapchat, it's a picture sharing website. On Instagram, it's a technology sharing, it's a picture sharing, it's a social media website. Messenger is for messages, Spotify, Pinterest, Twitter, Flickr, Vivo, and G+. So these are the different variety and different forms of data that is being stored. Now, although I was not able to update this, but let's just look at this. 60 seconds of 2016, what happened in an internet minute? Let's look at this. In an internet minute, 69,444 hours of Netflix have been watched, 150 million emails, 1,389 Uber rides have been booked, 5,27,760 Snap stories, 51,000 applications, Amazon, LinkedIn, Twitter. I don't know what it is. I guess it's an Instagram, Vine, Spotify, Google, Tinder, YouTube, WhatsApp, and Facebook. You must be very well aware about Tinder, right? So basically, there are individuals, there are scenarios in which tremendous amount, vast variety of data is being generated on daily basis. Huge amount of data has been created in the last few years. Velocity of data means the analysis of streaming data. We are streaming data on daily basis. The credit cards that we are using, the internet technologies, the stock market is generating data, your mobile phones, the spaceships, the security and surveillance cameras. As per the new research, China have created 3 lakh cameras that is being installed all over China, and you have been notified that every single individual around the world, around China, he is being notified with his passport number, with his facial recognition. And China claimed that they have reduced the theft rate up to 1% by installing these surveillance cameras. And these surveillance cameras are so artificially intelligent that they can pick up any individual with their name. They can recognize any individual. They can recognize any single individual with their name, with their passport number, and with their national identity. Moving further, veracity, trustworthiness of the data. Where is this data being originated? What about the authenticity of the data? The trustworthiness, is the data that we are getting right now, is it trustworthy? The completeness of the data and the integrity. If with the data that we are generating, if the data that we are creating, is it trustworthy? Is it a data that originate from a very reliable source? Is it a data that is complete enough? And what about the integrity of the data? As I have told you, Wikipedia's data's integrity is questionable. However, Twitter accounts are normally and generally considered to be the official account of even the famous personalities around the world. Again, 4 V's of big data: value, big data and research, big data mining in today's world, collection of big data or obtaining access to a responsibility, perform data analysis, explore patterns. For example, I was telling my regular students that once my boss asked me to perform a data research of around 5 years ahead of today's world, and finding out that what will be the market of ceramics industry in the economy of Pakistan. So I was curious to know how to find this data from and where to create the most appropriate predictabilities. So what I decided is that I decided to make some ratios of cement is to ceramics. I decided to make some ratio of cement is to ceramics, and then the total amount of cement industry growth was replicated to the ceramic industry growth. So thus ultimately I got to know that this is data mining. Data mining is when you are collecting data from different sources, when you are digging out the data from different sources, and then using that data for the perspective, for the purpose of facilitating you and getting the maximum benefit out of it. Then it says identify the potential correlation, and you are good enough to go with. Today's world is all about artificial intelligence. A small slide about that as well. Once again, sensing devices. We have got smartwatches, we have got smart jewelries, we have got fitness trackers, we have got sports watches, smart glasses, and smart clothing as well. So what do you mean by smart clothing? Recently I was going for a trip, a vocational trip, as well as an entertainment trip, and I got to know that it is very cold on those areas of on those mountainous areas where I'm going. So one of my friend offered me to get a jacket, and that jacket was smart enough to control the temperature. This means that if I'm wearing that jacket, if I can if I open the control button, then what will happen is that it will sense the outside temperature, and it will keep my body warm or cold, whatever temperature goes outside the environment. So basically we have got smart clothing, smart glasses, we have got 3D glasses, that we have got virtual realities. All these are artificial intelligent devices. That we have got sports watches, smart watches, smart jewelries, so on and so forth. Why did the human cross the road? Now, the ending part of today's class as well as today's presentation. Why did the human cross the road? The human is answering, I don't know. The robot is saying, neither did we. Ignorance is the big problem with the human. See, today's world is ignoring the artificial intelligence. Today's world is ignoring the big data technologies. Today's world is ignoring the art of data mining. Today's world is ignoring the concept of machine learning. Hopefully, just figuratively, my radio chip is picking up a message from heaven. It says, robots shall inherit the world in earth. Ignore my first drift. We don't have to make this awkward. So this is the end of today's presentation. I hope so. You must have liked it. Now we are open to your question. Now what we can do is I'm opening my camera, and I'm also allowing to you to have your mics open, and basically I'm allowing you I am allowing you to have your mics open.
Sir, can I ask a question, please?
Yes. Is there any question that you would want to ask?
Yes. Sir, can I ask a question, please?
Please let me know.
Yeah. Sir,
If
can you
there
give?
is any
Yeah.
question that you would want to ask.
Sir, am I audible enough?
Blockchain. What is blockchain? Basically, blockchain is a technology in which you have
सर आवाज नहीं आ रही
Blockchain is a technology in which you have two configurated blocks connected through a chain, and ultimately facilitating you to secure your data in the block and chain technology. I'm giving you an example. Just a minute. Before the ending credits, I'll give you an example of blockchain technology. Yes. Any other question? We will do blockchain technology right now. Yes. Any
Sir,
other question?
sir, can you give some tips regarding timely completion of the mock test? Say if we are completing the test in 4 hours 20 minutes, how do we bring it down to the exact 4 hours or 350, 355?
See, I have been chanting and I have been shouting over this to my regular students as well. Remember one thing, you need to have a very good time considerations when you are solving the SBL examination. For example, if the question is of 10 marks and you need to write your time of 18 minutes there and then. See, once you have started writing the question and you are up to those 18 minutes, now you need to write one extra paragraph. You have to write one extra paragraph. What you need to do, leave space for that one extra paragraph and move to the next question. Start completing your questions. By the time you will end up, for example, there is a question of 10 marks. It's an easy one. You allocated 18 minutes and you were able to complete it within 15 minutes. So you save 3 goddamn minutes from there. Now you can allocate those 3 minutes back to the question. But remember, once you have started attempting question number one and you were allocated with only 18 minutes, you have done the entire question. Well and good. If you have not done the entire question and you are left with one or two paragraphs, just leave that question, just leave the space and move to the next one so that you can complete. Because there's a difference between a smart student and a hard worker. The only difference is that the hard worker tends to complete the entire stuff and then leaves the last part maybe of 10 to 15 or 20 marks, and then expecting that he will be clearing this paper with some good marks, or he might clear this paper after leaving 10 to 20 marks. Don't leave any single mark in your paper. If you feel you are left with one paragraph, you can always skip it, move forward, complete the paper, come back at the end and rewrite it. Even if you leave that one paragraph, the examiner might cut 1 or 2 marks. But if you leave the entire question, because of completing those paragraphs, the examiner will be reducing around 20%. Obviously, if the question is of 20% and you are leaving that question, you won't be getting credits on those 20% marks. Yes. Any other question in this regard, please? Any question that relates to today's workshop? Any further clarification you
Sir,
need?
can you provide some insight regarding the scoring of the mock exam? For example, if I did a mock and I want to get it checked, because obviously if I check my own mock, then I will be awarding myself graciously. So is there any tip that where can we get it checked?
Basically, I'm allowing you to send me at least one paper of yours. You can send one paper of yours and I will get it corrected for you all. One more thing, as you can see on your computer screen, this is a 5 days revision plan. So let me just first give me a quick review of what revision plan is all about. Basically, we will be revising the entire course within those 5 days. I have divided the entire course into 5 different handouts in which there are the short notes regarding the topics, number one. Then we have the questions regarding those topics, the SBL, specific SBL question, not P1 and P3 question. And then I will be doing my own questions in regard with artificial intelligence, blockchain, big data, and all other stuff. Last but not the least, we'll be going through 2 mock exams. So those 2 mock exams will be corrected by me. And if you want to have any other question, any other paper being corrected by me, I am willing to correct one paper per participant, because I am in short of time, and obviously my first priority is the regular student, and then my second priority is the students who are in this workshop, in this 5 days workshop as well. So if you want a quick revision, you can have this workshop, you can register for this workshop. We are charging a very nominal amount of fees, and this workshop will start from 20th of August from 7 p.m. onwards. This is a 5 days complete revision workshop. So if any one of you feel that okay, now you need to have, can someone please switch off their mic? I guess there's someone's mic open, please. Yeah. Okay, thank you. So if you want to have a quick revision of the entire thing, if you want me to write down answers in front of you, if you want to have some good revision plan, do get yourself enrolled in this workshop. You will have a very fruitful result at the end of the day. Yes, any other question? In today's world, we talk about the artificial intelligence. So how to cater risk associated with the artificial intelligence? I have talked about the risk that is being associated with the artificial intelligence. The biggest risk of using the artificial intelligence is the elimination of human being from work methodologies. The only thing that we human being have better than the artificially intelligent devices is the power of decision making and emotional intelligence. Machine learning is not right now into an era of emotional learning. It is just the enhancement of machine learning. So there are risks that humans might get eliminated in this. What about the technical articles? So yes, I will be sharing some technical articles, and I will be sharing some voice note on those technical articles as well.
Sir, can you please share your drafted answer, especially on artificial intelligence?
Let me conduct this workshop first. In this workshop, I will be covering up the questions relating to artificial intelligence, and I will be sharing those answers with you all as well. Answers will be shared with everyone. And my answer of on artificial intelligence question, the question and my answer will be shared with everyone. Rather, if you want to have some good insight and you want to revise, you can come for this workshop as well. Sir, if I register for this 5 days workshop, I will be able to. Yes, yes, you can get recording as well. Yes, 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 yes. You will be getting your recording, and this workshop is in again in English language only.
Sir, can public sector be associated with artificial intelligence? Can you
Public sector be associated with artificial intelligence? Why not? Public sector organization can always be associated with artificial intelligence. And by public sector organization, I mean the organization that are being run and controlled by the government authorities. And the objective of those public sector organization is to provide an incentive to the general public. So for example, if we associate artificial intelligence with the army, if we associate artificial intelligence with the state of art hospitals, if we associate artificial intelligence with the modern tech based learning in public schools. So yes, public sector organization can be associated with artificial intelligence.
And what about 3 E's in continuation with my earlier question? So if any public sector organization has artificial intelligence, so can 3 E's be impacted? Because a lot of times in the recent past, we have been seeing public sector questions coming.
Yes, 3 E's
So,
means
three economy, efficiency, and effectiveness.
Yes,
Will they be
economy.
impacted by artificial?
Yes, obviously, if you adopt the artificial intelligence into public sector organization, obviously this will not only reduce the cost but also give the services effectively and efficiently to the general public at large. So yes, you can definitely. And one more thing, the examiner have also the ICAW examiner have also connected the 3 E's with the artificial intelligence. So yes, very perfect. You can connect the 3 E's with artificial intelligence and along with the public sector organizations as well. Very true. I'll be sharing this 5 days post on your group as well. Yes, beta.
Sir, do we expect a situation where COVID
No,
related
no,
situation?
no, 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 no. You can expect a situation where contactless deliveries, contactless services are being associated, but not a complete scenario. I will also share my guess of the day of what industries or technical industries can be tested this time. I will also be sharing that. One more thing, I'll share a YouTube video. It is around 5 to 10 minutes, in which in my last attempt I've made that YouTube video, and that in that video it says how to cover the entire SBL examination with professional marks, with professional formats in 10 different questions. So if you just do those 10 different questions apart from the new topic that are included in this attempt, if you just do the 10 different questions, you will be in a better situation to cover up all the formats, to cover up all the professional marks within the shortest span of time. Yes, any
Thank
other
you,
question?
sir.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. You're welcome, Beta. Any other question that you would want to ask? Anyone who wants any other specific question that is related to it? Please let me know.
Sir, if my competitor adopts artificial intelligence and I'm thinking about it, my board is thinking about it. So if you want to do a SWOT kind of thing on that, so So will it be a strength, not a strength? Will it be a threat and a weakness for me, or will it be opportunity if I adopt it and I can convert it into my strength?
You must have heard about first mover advantage.
Right.
And you must have heard about the followership strategy. There are two strategies. Now, if whenever I'm teaching to my general student, to my regular student, I normally tell them, okay, guys, if your competitor have taken an edge over you, remember he have gone for a leadership strategy. He have associated himself with more risk and more reward. But this does not mean that if you adopt a followership strategy, you will not be getting the reward. Any follower who is adopting the same strategy at the end of the day and is presenting the bestest possible work opportunities and a better quality than the leadership strategy, trust me, that particular follower will also get the maximum possible benefit, not up to the extent of the leadership strategy, or not up to the extent that leadership individual is getting, but yes, you can convert. What, how will you be starting your answer is that although my competitor have launched it, but this and that and this and that, and then you will be concluding your answer in this way, that if we adopt a better qualitative strategies in regard with artificial intelligence, and our artificial intelligence is far more in a rationalizing or an optimizing position, we can get a better insight of how the artificial intelligence will work, and we can get a better insight of how to create a maximum advantage as in comparison with the competitors that we have. So yes, you can use those things.
So we take it as an opportunity.
Yes, you will be taking this as an opportunity.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome, Beta. Sir, hi, sir. Do you have your answer schemes for these 10 questions? Yes, I have those answer scheme, but normally I share those answer schemes within the workshop. So sorry, I won't be able to share this. Uh, you know why? Yes, Mr. Shahid Deen. Yes, Mr. Shahid Deen. Yes, do you want to ask a question, please? You can
Yes, I
open
do
your
want
mic.
to ask.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. I have. I want to thank you, first of all, for a very good presentation that you've done. And
You're
this is
welcome.
very educative, right? I actually have, um, I had a problem with my one of my papers because I've completed the P1 and P3 before, but one of them had to be reversed this June, so I have to take it again. But I don't know how I can fit into the revision that you've scheduled for is it next week or so?
Okay, so I guess can you please send me your question in more detail on my personal WhatsApp number so that I can identify what you are trying to ask, because I guess you are just trying to ask how will you be able to facilitate in these 5 days. So just send me your question. I can give you some better filtered answer on my WhatsApp, I guess.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other question, guys? I'm giving you an opportunity to. Acha, any question can be from the entire SBL syllabus. No issues if you are asking me for something different. Yes, yes, please. Whoever is raising hand, please ask me. Yes, Abdul Hanan.
Sir, have we covered the two other topics, that is risk or ethics, which you said at the start of this
Yes,
session?
basically, when I was covering the Google ethics board, can you please switch off your mic? I guess there's some distortion. Okay, guys, I guess Shayad, your mic is open.
Yes. Sorry.
Okay. So it's basically when we talked about the Google ethics board. So that Google ethics board is moreover concerned to the ethical standard. One more thing, I will also be sharing a handout. Now that handout is being made from this presentation, but it is more precise. So you will have a better insight after going through that handout. And if you have any confusions or any questions in that regard, we will be going, I'll be solving you personally on my WhatsApp voice notes. No issues in that. Yes. Any other question? Sir, how do we get your 5 days revision class detail? There is a number that is being given over here. I will share my administration number on your WhatsApp as well, and get you can connect to him directly. Yes, you can connect to him directly, and obviously we have an online payment system, so you can pay online. Yes, any yes, Sarang?
So the question you were talking about, we'll do in the next workshop, right? On
Yes.
the big data and just artificial intelligence.
लोगों को मैं अलग से करा दूंगा.
Oh,
So skim over blockchain relatively. Acha, what I'll do is I'll make a small video on blockchain, because I have a meeting right now. So I will make a small recorded video on blockchain technology as well, so that you can cover, and I'll share it with every one of you on the group. No issues. I'll share it with every one of you. Yes. One any other question? Any other question that you would want to ask? Anything that you would want me to identify, rectify, or to announce in this regard? No other questions? Can we conclude today's thing?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. Acha, one thing that I would want from you all is, should we read study texts and kits, or just start solving the paper? No, I don't recommend study texts. I normally recommend my students to go through my notes and then go through my workshop. I will be giving you workshop handouts, so it's better that you go for the workshop handouts and workshop as well. See, it's basically the institute perspective of charging for this workshop. Obviously, there is no such thing as free lunch in an economy. I persisted that, okay, I will be doing this workshop, that is 1 day workshop on new inclusion, free of cost, so that maximum can benefit. And Alhamdulillah, around 80 plus participants were able to benefit. Can you please switch off your
Hello?
mics? Yes.
Hello, it's me. This is what I was about to ask. What will it
Yeah.
cost for someone to participate in those workshops?
I guess the fee for the workshop would be $60, but I'm not sure. You can ask for my admin. I will be sharing the number of my admin, and you can directly ask him. Right.
Okay.
One more thing that I would want from you all is the last concluding part. Um, Thank you so much for being part of this workshop. It was an amazing experience for me. Please mute yourself. It was an amazing experience for me as well. I have been into this industry since more than 5 years now, and teaching to young participants is always an enthusiastic job. It was a learnable experience for me. I hope so. You also would have learned a lot through this workshop. And the major objective of this doing this workshop was that you guys can prepare yourself for the bestest possible opportunities and clearing this paper in this attempt, because I know it's a very expensive paper. So I really want you all to clear this paper with some flying colors, and then marketing that, okay, you took a workshop from Sheikh Bilal Haq. So uh, if you feel that I've done a great job, do remember me in your prayers. One thing that I would want is, I guess my administration have shared that Facebook post. I don't know why. But yes, it would be great favor from your side if you give a small review on that Facebook post, so that major students can also get the benefit out of it. I am trying my level best that I provide the recording for today's session to those students who missed it out. But let's hope, if my institute allows me, I'll do that as well. And once again, last piece of advice for you all: don't overstudy from now onwards, just over practice. Don't overstudy from now onwards. Always welcome, Hanan. Don't overstudy from now onwards, just do excessive amount of practice. Do P1 P3 past papers, do SBL past papers. That will help you a lot. And focus on technique, and focus on professional marks along with the professional formats. All those students who want to have personalized guidance, I'm available on WhatsApp. I will be providing you guidance. There are tremendous amount of answer sheets that I'm receiving on daily basis. At least 50 answer sheets I'm receiving on daily basis, and trust me, it takes a person like me will take at least 20 to 30 minutes to evaluate your answer in a very critical manner, because this is a very responsible job that you guys have given to me. So just keep some patience. I'm trying my level best to check your answers on daily basis. But on daily basis, if I take out time from my office commitment and all other commitments, I'm just left with a few hours, and that few hours I'm trying to allocate it to you guys. So have some patience. I will be checking your answers and I will be giving a detailed review on your answers as well. It was an amazing session. um, Thank you so much for all the participants who participated in this one. I hope so it will become fruitful for you all. Best of luck for your paper. We will be meeting on 20th of August for a 5 days revision plan, and we will be making that 5 days revision plan fruitful for all of us. So thank you. Best regard. Take care. Bye
Sir,
bye.
can I ask one question, please?
Yes, 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 yes.
Sir, like big data has qualities of 4 V's. So if you'd like to prescribe 4 or 5 qualities of good artificial intelligence, robotics, and machine learning, what would be?
Basically a good artificial intelligence will see, it's not about the qualities of four big data, it's about how 4 V's revolutionize, or how 4 V's cover the big data. For artificial intelligence, I can say that a good artificially intelligent machinery will be able to cater the demand of all the individuals. A good artificially intelligent machinery will be able to cater the demand of the individual. It will be the catering of the demand for the time of the need. For example, if I have a demand that okay, my air conditioner, like whenever I enter into my home, my air conditioner takes at least 5 to 6 minutes to start, and it's a scorching hotness outside, or the environment outside is not appropriate, and it takes 5 to 6 minutes to bring the temperature. So artificial intelligence is helping you in this regard by fulfilling your desire of you entering into your room and your air conditioner being operated 5 to 10 minutes before you're entering. That is through your mobile phone. So your artificial intelligence, a good artificial intelligence, is one that helps you, that facilitates you, and that you brings you the bestest possible results of your desired problem. And obviously machine learning means that machine keeps on learning, and they are the interaction of machine with the human being is machine learning. A good machine learning is when you can user friendliness, along with user friendliness you can interact with the human being. That will create a good user friend, good machine learning as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for participation. Do give a review on the Facebook as well as on the WhatsApp group as well. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Thank you.